Is coming up on Friday, October 22nd. It's the last game of the year at the halftime show with Claire coming to town. And up for grabs is a 2020 tracker.
Team has a great start to the season, as well as a volleyball team winning some tournaments and cross-country meets and those kind of things. It's real nice to see a great way to start for them for the year.
All right. Best of luck with Harbor Springs this week, Coach.
Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it.
You bet. Coach Joe Smolkovich, he's the head coach of the Johannesburg-Lewiston Cardinals and the Feeney Ford Coaches Show on Eagle 101.5.
Feeney Ford is Northern Michigan's headquarters for certified Ford cars and trucks. Hi, I'm Sean Abraham and can assure you every Ford certified vehicle passes a 172-point inspection, includes a Carfax report, a 12-month, 12,000-mile comprehensive warranty with 24-hour roadside assistance. Plus, we add our Feeney touch by delivering your certified vehicle with a full tank of gas, fresh oil change, new wiper blades, and 2 sets of keys to ensure your experience is first rate. Experience it for yourself and make your next vehicle purchase at Feeney Ford in Grayling.
Shop Builder's First Source in Gaylord for quality building materials and great ideas for your bathroom or kitchen. Ceramic, porcelain, glass, for your floors, laminate, tile, wood, and more. And if you need help, head for their help center with how-to information. And of course, they can supply all of your lumber needs. Their courteous staff is on hand to help. It's Builder's First Source, formerly ProBuild, 27 North in Gaylord, your supplier for cabinets, doors, windows, insulation, lumber, and roofing, and great ideas.
Hey, Northern Michigan, Chris Martinson from Snuff Camp Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram of Gaylord, here to let you know that it's Jeep Adventure Days, and we have new Jeeps and Ram trucks in stock and more arriving almost daily. Prefer to shop online? Try snuffcampgaylord.com. Our simple and user-friendly website allows you to shop from the comfort of your home, the lake. Well, you get the idea. You can browse a little or take care of the entire transaction. It's up to you. So whether you prefer to shop in person or online, Snuff Camp is your Jeep and Ram headquarters. Exit 282 off I-75 or 24 hours a day at snuffcamp.com.
You're in the midst of the Feeney Ford High School football pregame show. Here's Mike Reeling with Gaylord High head coach DJ Shimoniak.
Congratulations on your first Gaylord Blue Devil win as the head coach.
Well, thank you, sir.
15-6. Let's talk about it. You beat Arthur Hill, so you go 1-1 now.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we traveled down to Saginaw last week, and we're up against like we talked about the week before or prior to the game. We're just going to control what we can control, and the boys did a great job. They went down there. Saginaw was big. They were fast, but our game plan worked. Our defensive coordinator Jeff Pretzlaw put together a great game plan. They saw exactly what we saw. I mean, that's
Gaylord is 1-1. They lost to Lake Fenton in the opener on August 27th, and last Thursday beat Arthur Hill 15-6. It was head coach DJ Shimoniak's first win as the head coach of the Blue Devils, and we'll check in with DJ during this pregame show. The Johannesburg-Lewiston Cardinals looking for their first win. They fell to Elk Rapids 48-28 last Friday. Tonight, they'll host Harbor Springs, and we'll check in with the head coach of the Johannesburg-Lewiston Cardinals, Joe Smolkovich. Stay tuned as Brian Hollenbaugh and Dave Boswood call all the action for the Gaylord Blue Devil football game, and Gordy Richardson and Jim Hilgendorf will call the play-by-play action for the Johannesburg-Lewiston Cardinals. The Joburg game streaming live on Eagle1015.com. And a game to check out locally, 8-man football with the Gaylord St. Mary's Snowbirds coming off a big win over Central Lake 54-28 last week. They're 1-1 now. They'll host Fife Lake tonight. And a shout out to the Gaylord Blue Devil Quarterback Club, selling raffle tickets $50 each. The big drawing is coming up on Friday, October 22nd. It's the last game of the year at the halftime show with Claire coming to town. And up for grabs is a 2020 Tracker Off-Road LS2 golf cart. Second prize, a $1,000 gift card to the Bass Pro Shop. Raffle license number R61820. It's the Feeney Ford pregame show. Stay tuned. We cover local high school football on Eagle 101.5.
Feeney Ford is Northern Michigan's headquarters for certified Ford cars and trucks. Hi, I'm Sean Abraham and can assure you every Ford certified vehicle passes a 172-point inspection, includes a Carfax report, a 12-month, 12,000-mile comprehensive warranty with 24-hour roadside assistance. Plus, we add our Feeney touch by delivering your first certified vehicle with a full tank of gas, fresh oil change, new wiper blades, and 2 sets of keys to ensure your experience is first rate. Experience it for yourself and make your next vehicle purchase at Feeney Ford in Grayling.
Want to pay less for gas and earn rewards at the same time? Visit marathonsmakeitcount.com and sign up today or download the phone app. You'll save 5 cents per gallon and earn points that can earn you up to 50 cents off per gallon. There are also many ways to save and earn at your local S&K food stores. You can grab many of your favorite snacks, cold beverages, and essentials while you fill up and save at the Marathon S&K food stores. And make it count, your best place to hit the road.
The Javetsky Agency, your local Mimic Insurance, exclusively serves teachers and school employees. Founded more than 65 years ago, Mimic provides members with outstanding service and insurance coverage for personal, auto, home, or umbrella coverage. By choosing Mimic, you're supporting the Mimic Foundation, impacting thousands of schools by providing millions of dollars to support programs, events, and projects. Contact the Javetsky Agency for more information. The Javetsky Agency, your local Mimic agent.
Discounts and savings opportunities subject to eligibility requirements. Coverage is subject to all policy terms, conditions, exclusions, and limitations. Subject to underwriting eligibility requirements. Insurance underwritten by Mimic Insurance Company, Auburn Hills, Michigan.
You're in the midst of the Feeney Ford High School football pregame show. Here's Mike Reeling with Johannesburg Lewiston head coach Joe Smokovich.
Joe, thanks for going on the radio with us as we head into week 3, my friend.
Glad to do it.
Let's talk, I guess, first last week. Tough go. Elk Rapids took you 48-28, the final. What'd you get out of that one?
We got some more injury bugs out of that one, Mike, but I think second half we kind of started to find our way and a little bit of passion and everything, and I think you'll start seeing us playing a lot better down the road.
What'd you like? What did you like?
Well, like I said, we haven't played with a whole lot of fire, and our kids actually played with a little bit of fire in the second half, which was nice to see. So that was probably the biggest thing.
All right, so this week we go to, with our 0-2 record, we're going to host Harbor Springs. That game will be streaming live on Eagle1015.com this Friday night. What do you think?
I think it's going to be a good ball game. I think hopefully it's going to be a bounce-back game for us. We're having to make some changes here and there, but I think we're going to be okay. Hopefully get Preston Marlette back this week at quarterback, and that'll make some big changes for us and some improvements for us on both sides of the ball.
It had to be great to be play in front of your home fans. Are they coming out?
Yeah, it was a big crowd Friday night. It was nice to see, especially for a holiday weekend, just getting people at the game and seeing our fans around.
Yeah, I'm sure the kids love that too. When you look at high school football, especially it's a small town, right? It's more than just a football game out there. This is a community gathering, and these kids, the responsibility is on them to not just be a football player, but they represent not only them, but their school, their communities, and their families out there.
Yeah, that's a big part. That's something we talk about with the football kids all the time. We talk about giving back to our community. We've got a flag football program starting up this year, and sounds like a bunch of our boys are going to help out with that starting next week and giving back to the football program in the community. So it's a nice thing.
And that's a conversation you have all the time, isn't it?
Yeah, it sure is. We talk about it constantly. You play for, the name on the front of your shirt and the back of your shirt, and those kind of things. But, you represent our school and community. So, do us proud.
Absolutely. Coach, how about off the field with someone in your organization that you'd like to highlight?
I got 3 people. I probably should have thanked week 1. My wife, Jackie Smokovich, my daughter, Allie Smokovich, and her best friend, Eliza Vidalski, for helping out at football camp and feeding us during the first 3 days of football, making food those days, and just making sure that the kids got fed and hydrated and all those kind of things. I couldn't have done it without them. You
think about how much time a coach puts in to the program. I don't think the normal everyday Joe knows how much time goes into it.
Nah, it's kind of crazy, Mike. It really is. Probably get paid nickels on the dollar or on the hour, instead of, the big bucks people think we make.
Yeah, and I don't think anybody thinks you guys make big bucks. You do it because you love it.
That's for sure.
Joe, anything else you want to put out there from Johannesburg Lewiston as the athletic director or head coach for the Cardinals?
No, I think, shout out to our cross country team that has a great start to the season, as well as a volleyball team winning some tournaments and cross country meets and those kind of things. It's real nice to see a great way to start for them for the year.
All right. Best of luck with Harbor Springs this week, Coach.
Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it.
You bet. Coach Joe Smolkovich, he's the head coach of the Johannesburg Lewiston Cardinals and the Feeney Ford Coaches Show on Eagle 101.5.
Feeney Ford is Northern Michigan's headquarters for certified Ford cars and trucks. Hi, I'm Sean Abraham and can assure you every Ford certified vehicle passes a 172-point inspection, includes a Carfax report, a 12-month, 12,000-mile comprehensive warranty with 24-hour roadside assistance. Plus, we add our Feeney touch by delivering your certified vehicle with a full tank of gas, fresh oil change, new wiper blades, and 2 sets of keys to ensure your experience is first rate. Experience it for yourself and make your next vehicle purchase at Feeney Ford in Grayling.
Shop Builder's First Source in Gaylord for quality building materials and great ideas for your bathroom or kitchen. Ceramic, porcelain, glass, for your floors, laminate, tile, wood, and more. And if you need help, head for their help center with how-to information. And of course, they can supply all of your lumber needs. Their courteous staff is on hand to help. It's Builder's First Source, formerly ProBuild, 27 North in Gaylord. Your supplier for cabinets, doors, windows, insulation, lumber, and roofing, and great ideas.
Hey, Northern Michigan, Chris Martinson from Snuff Camp Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram of Gaylord, here to let you know that it's Jeep Adventure Days, and we have new Jeeps and Ram trucks in stock and more arriving almost daily. Prefer to shop online? Try snuffcampgaylord.com. Our simple and user-friendly website allows you to shop from the comfort of your home, the lake. Well, you get the idea. You can browse a little or take care of the entire transaction. It's up to you. So whether you prefer to shop in person or online, Snuff Camp is your Jeep and Ram headquarters. Exit 282 off I-75 or 24 hours a day at snuffcamp.com.
You're in the midst of the Feeney Ford High School football pregame show. Here's Mike Reeling with Gaylord High head coach DJ Shimoniak.
Congratulations on your first Gaylord Blue Devil win as the head coach.
Well, thank you, sir.
15-6. Let's talk about it. You beat Arthur Hill, so you go 1-1 now.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we traveled down to Saginaw last week, and we're up against like we talked about the week before or prior to the game. We're just going to control what we can control, and the boys did they did a great job. They went down there. Saginaw was big. They were fast, but our game plan worked. Our defensive coordinator Jeff Pretzlaw put together a great game plan. They saw exactly what we saw. I mean, that's what they prepared for, is exactly what we saw. On the offensive side of the ball, the offense worked exactly like I would hope to, and designed it to do. It's 3-4 yards a pop. In fact, going into halftime, it was 6-6. We come out in the third quarter, they kicked the ball to us, and they didn't get the ball back till about 48 seconds left to go in the third quarter. They fumbled the ball. They recovered it on their one. We brought a house blitz, got a safety. We got the ball back in the fourth quarter, and we kept it for over 8.5 minutes. So, I mean, the boys pounded the ball hard. We had a lot of running backs rotate in and out. The linemen blocked their hind ends off. The receivers blocked their hind ends off. It was a great team win.
Boy, we love to see offense. Fans love offense. Coaches love defense, too, don't they?
They do.
And that's
it definitely helped. I mean, when we went back over film, their quarterback and running back played one way, and they were off the field for, including halftime, 41 minutes before they took another snap. So I think that played into our favor as well.
All right, heading to Traverse City Central this week, what do we know?
Well, we know that they're a good football team. They got a lot of seniors. They got a quarterback there that signed with Notre Dame. But for us, I mean, we're not even focused on that. Our main goal for us that we had talked to the kids about is we're going to get 25, 30 plays on offense at 3 yards a pop. And that's the game plan we have going in. And we're going to take care of what we can take care of and not let up on them and give them everything that we got.
So your game plan is to play the game.
Absolutely. We're definitely not scared of backing down.
Well, and that's the whole thing. I mean, you can go into every week and you have – you never go into a game expecting to lose, but expecting to compete for sure.
Absolutely.
All right, so Traverse City Central, you go in 1-1. Rest of the year looks like this. You've got Petoskey, then Cadillac, Alpena, Traverse City West, Gladstone, and Clare. Coach, how about off the field with someone in your organization that you'd like to highlight this week, Coach?
Requirements. Coverage is subject to all policy terms, conditions, exclusions, and limitations. Subject to underwriting eligibility requirements. Insurance underwritten by Munich Insurance Company, Auburn Hills, Michigan.
Oh, yeah.
It's local high school football on Eagle 101.5.
Well, it's a beautiful night.
Atop the press box with Brian Hollenbaugh and Dave Boswood calling all the Gaylord Blue Devil action.
A little late on the pregame show here, but we're underway at Traverse City Central and here at Thurlby Field. Brian Hollenbaugh along with Dave Boswood. And, if we didn't have Murphy's Law, we wouldn't have any law at all, would we?
No, we would not. That's the way it goes. When you're on the road, things happen, and that's happened to us a couple times now. But we're here. The game is underway. We had the kickoff there down to Gaylord. They received, and we're set up for some football for the night.
That's right. We're starting the game 5 minutes early, according to my watch anyway.
I know.
So needless to say, Gaylord will have the offensive possession first. They come out in the white jerseys, blue pants, and, of course, blue helmets. They're going to be going from the left to the right on your radio dial. And, of course, they're going up against Traverse City Central, the Trojans, a powerhouse school here. Caleb Ungst over center tonight at quarterback. He's going to hand it off to Austin Vanderveer. He makes his way around the corner, picks up some yards. Nice carry there for about 8 yards, Dave.
Yeah, that was a good-looking run. And again, if you're listening to the pregame show, Coach Shimoniak said, we're gonna go out there and we're gonna pound the ball like we do, get those 3 to 4 yards a carry, and we'll see what we got. And that was a decent run there by Vanderveer for about, 8 yards.
About 8 yards. Let's see where they spot it, though.
There's a flag there. So
there's a flag on, so it wouldn't be a Blue Devil game without a flag to open up the game, would it?
No, a great run. Nice nice shot getting to the sideline over there. I think he surprised him with his quickness and got to the corner. But now he's going to have to do it again.
So that's going to back him up now. So the Blue Devils already, it's going to be 1st and 20 to go after the opening run by Austin Vanderveer gets called back on that one. So single back set now. Let's see what Caleb Unk's going to do. Now Vanderveer moves back into the backfield. He's going to get it. Going to go up the middle, and he's going to get stopped after about maybe 2 yards if he's lucky.
Yeah, no, there wasn't a whole lot there. I think you're right. He got maybe 1 or 2 yards on that. I guess shake it up a little bit, check and see where the weak points are in the line. But I think you're going to have to get to the outside because that defensive line for TC Central is pretty stout. I think they've got some athletes right up front there.
Well, they certainly do, and they've got one of them who's going to be heading to South Bend, Indiana next year to be a linebacker for the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame, and that would be Josh Burnham. We'll hear his number and name called a lot as he is the quarterback for these TC Central Trojans as well, in addition to being the middle linebacker. So here we go with a 2nd and 18. We've got single back set, man in motion now is Pretzlaff. And it looks like there's going to be another flag on it.
Yeah, there was a lot of shifting there on the defense, but I don't think that's going to be the call.
A little bit too much excitement there on the offensive line. Got a little jittery, and it's going to back him up again.
Yeah.
Not a good look to the start of this ball game for the Blue Devil offense.
No, that's not what we want. Last week they did a nice job maintaining mental awareness and not having the penalties that we saw in week 1. But this is not the start they wanted. They didn't want to be backing up and end up with a 4th down and, having to punt the ball away. But right now it's 2nd and 25.
2nd and 25 to go. Single back set. Pretzlaff in motion. He sets up on the right side of the line. Unk's going to take the snap, pitch it back out. Going to be a little shift in there. Braden Gautreau with the carry.
Yeah, it was a good, decent run by Braden as a fullback there. He kind of shifted around, read the blocks and saw no joy there, so he shifted back to his left and came up the middle and, got a couple yards. But that's certainly not going to be enough to get to the end of the sticks there and get a 1st down.
So 3rd and forever for the Blue Devils, so we'll call it a 3rd and 24. Right now they have negative yards so far to start this ball game.
And a timeout by the Blue Devils.
So taking a timeout, going to settle the kids down right now. And of course, this is probably a game that the kids have got a little bit of anxiety with. Traverse City Central last week handled Marquette handily and put 60 points on the scoreboard in the process.
Right. Well, and again, there's always that part of the game, the mental aspect. And, you try to stay focused at practice during the week. Say, don't worry about where we're going. Don't worry about the history that we have at Thurlby Field. Let's go and play the game that we have in front of us today. However, you got a bunch of high school kids who are going to, talk about it and think about it, and it's going to be a factor. But that first play, other than that penalty, was a great run. So they need to, take some encouragement from that and see that they can move the ball.
Absolutely. And that's going to be one of the things that they need to do, and maybe that's what the coaching staff was talking about. Settle down. calm down. Let's get out there and execute our game plan. It's just the opening series.
Yep.
Let's move the ball, pick up some few yards here. If we can keep the drive going, great. If not, let's get some forward progress going. So here we go. 3rd and 24 now. Single back set with Vanderveer in the backfield. Unk's going to take the snap, pitch it out to Austin Vanderveer. He makes his way around the corner. One man to beat. He won't get it. Maybe picks up about 1.5 yards on the carry. That's going to bring up a 4th and long, and they're going to have to punt it away.
Yeah, they will. But, TC has done their research. They know that the last couple of games that the primary running back has been number 14, Austin Vanderveer. And so we saw that in the opening play. Of course, there was a penalty brought it back. So coaching staff's going to try and mix it up a little bit, similar to what we did later in the game against Saginaw last week, where we had a variety of runners in there.
So here we go. In comes the punter, Connor Byram. Hopefully he can get a nice, big, lofty kickoff. He had a beautiful punt last week, except for his coverage team couldn't get down there quick enough. Oh, bobbled snap, going to get blocked, goes straight up in the air. Fortunately, it comes off, bounces off a Blue Devil, and guess what? Traverse City Central is going to have the ball on the 20-yard line in Gaylord territory.
Connor Byram is a freshman this year, so he's got a lot on his plate, right? He's put out there to make some big kicks, and he has. The couple of punts last week were just amazing. However, a couple of them were similar to that, not so amazing. When the snap is bobbled and he doesn't have a lot of time, it ends up short, which puts TC in really good field position deep in the it's actually right at the red zone right now, 20-yard line.
So out come the Trojans. Burnham's going to keep it himself. He's a man against boys is what he is. He's a big kid at 230 pounds. He works his way down all by himself, all the way down to the 9-yard line, 11-yard carry. He picked a hole, found his blockers, and then drug about 4 white jerseys with him to get that first down.
Yeah, Cameron Pierce made initial contact there, number 9 for the Blue Devils, and held on there. And the guys did a nice job coming over there and getting their
first and goal.
Pursuit.
Burnham throws it out to number 11. He's going to get wrapped up. A good defensive play there by number 27, Jonathan Ungst on the tackle there. He connected with Carson Bordeaux, but Bordeaux was only able to pick up a couple of yards there, bringing up a 2nd and goal to goal for Traverse City Central.
Fairly up-tempo pace for the offense for the Traverse City Central. They're right back there on the line really quickly and ready to go.
Burnham in shotgun. He's going to take the snap, going to tuck it in, going to hand it off to his back, who's going to trot into the end zone, does number 5, Reed Seabase, with the first score of the ball game, an 8-yard scamper into the end zone, and just like that, the Trojans score first. It looked like practice for Traverse City Central.
Well, a little bit. I mean, they've got a big team up front. They've got a big squad, and they've got some talent, just for sure. But I don't want to take anything away from the Blue Devils defense. They'll settle down here and start making some plays the way they usually do, and it'll be fine.
So out trots Everett Noyes for the point after attempt. Everest Noyes on it. Let's see what he does. Kick is down. It is up. Looks like it's good, and just like that, with 8:41 to go in the first quarter, Traverse City Central jumps out first, 7-0 over the Gaylord Blue Devils. You're listening to Blue Devil Football on Eagle 101.5.
The Javetsky Agency, your local Mimic Insurance, exclusively serves teachers and school employees. Founded more than 65 years ago, Mimic provides members with outstanding service and insurance coverage for personal, auto, home, or umbrella coverage. By choosing Mimic, you're supporting the Mimic Foundation, impacting thousands of schools by providing millions of dollars to support programs, events, and projects. Contact the Javetsky Agency for more information. The Javetsky Agency, your local Mimic agent.
You're listening to Blue Devil Football on Eagle 101.5.
Well, with 8:41 to go in this first quarter, Traverse City Central jumps out quickly and scores after the bobbled punt. And it's now 7-0 after a 20-yard scoring drive for Traverse City Central. Brian Hollenbaugh along with Dave Boswood. Welcome on a Friday night. A beautiful Friday night here at Thurlby Field in downtown Traverse City. Beautiful complex here.
Yeah, it's a nice arena. They got a lot of stand space for people to come and watch. The field is shared by 3 schools. Of course, Traverse City Central, Traverse City West, and Traverse City St. Francis, and they kind of rotate through here. So it's a community field, and it is a great place to watch a football game.
So Everest Noyes about to kick it off now. And he does. Nice driving kick. Not going to get returned, goes through the end zone and out. And, of course, now what do you do if you're the Blue Devils? Time to get back to your original game plan. You're down by 7, but if you can chew up the clock, that works to your advantage.
Sure. First and foremost, we got to settle down and keep the mental mistakes out of the game, right? We have to stay focused. We know the count. And so we need to move at the appropriate time and make good decisions. Control the ball like we did against Saginaw. They were bigger than us, and we still did a nice job there. And just be smart about the plays that you're executing.
So the Blue Devils tried out on offense. Looks like they're going to be a single back set with Braden Gautreau in the backfield. Caleb Ungst over center. Young quarterback, just a sophomore. He's going to take the snap. He's going to pitch it back to number 11. That's going to go into the hands of Ty Bensinger, and he's going to stick his helmet down, maybe gain a yard, but not much.
Yeah, he did. He's not afraid to make contact on the line there as he goes. So he did. He grabbed the ball and hit the hole as hard as he could. But there were 2 or 3 of the defenders right there ready to make a tackle.
Well, we saw that last week. They tried the jet sweep several times without a whole lot of success. We found that they found better success with getting Vanderveer off to the corner, but Vanderveer's not in the backfield right now. It's a single back set with Gautreau in there. Now Vanderveer comes back out into the power I, and it's going to go to Gautreau. He's going to go right up the middle, get a couple of yards. He finds a nice hole, works his way up, but probably about a 3-yard gain.
Yeah, but, we'll take 3 yards a carry if we can get them every time we get the ball in one of the running backs' hands, right? That's not a problem. It was a good run by Gautreau. He stayed low, secured the ball, and just drove right through the heart of the TC Central defense and did a nice job.
So it brings up a 3rd and 8 because that first play with Bensinger they said was a yard loss. So it's going to be a 3rd and 8 for the Blue Devils. Let's see what Coach DJ Shimoniak has up his sleeve in this scenario. Needs 8 to keep the drive alive. Again, single back set with Gautreau behind Ungst. Ungst going to take the snap. Going to look to pass. Looking downfield. Got a man in his face.
Nope.
Got nowhere to go. He's going to get drugged down for a loss. That'll be the first sack of the ball game to the favor of Traverse City Central.
Yeah, and it's a little different look than we've seen the last couple of weeks with the 3 receivers to the right, single back set, and trying to mix things up a little bit. And I like where they're going, but if we're going to pass the ball, it's got to be quick and decisive, right?
Well,
they're not going to have a lot of time.
And that it wasn't. I mean, Caleb rolled out, and he had Parker Schmidt right in his face, and then he turned around, and then he had Gautreau right there, and he bounced into him, and it gave Schmidt time to catch up with him and take him down. So Connor Byram's back out to punt it. He'd like to get a nice clean snap on this one to get this one away.
Yeah.
He did have a really good boot last week, showed his leg. So here we go.
Called a timeout.
He called. I'm not sure why you call a timeout on a punt like that.
Well, so for whatever reason, Connor called for a timeout. He was throwing the tee up there, so it was a time. So, okay, all right. So they were counting down on time, and we saw a couple of delay of game situations last week. So that was
that's tough. Now so. You used 2 of your 3 timeouts already, and we're only halfway through the first quarter, not even at the midway point of the first quarter. So now you're down to 1 timeout for the rest of the first half. So that could come into play a little bit later on when it's needed most.
Yeah. Well, one of the nice things about this field is they do have a play clock out there, so you can see the countdown on either end of the field there. So so they're not, because for whatever reason the kids don't always rely or pay attention to the referee on the backside when he's doing his countdown. And I think that kind of bit us last week a little bit. But anyway, it's going to reset. We get another chance to get this punt off, and hopefully that'll get it downfield.
And by the way, we certainly appreciate the hospitality here at Thurlby Field.
Absolutely.
They really roll it out for everybody up here in the press box with sandwiches and Gatorades and things along those lines. Nice big punt there for Connor Byram. He gets it off. It's going to get returned, though, by number 11. He's going to cross midfield. He's going to get to about the 40. You see a yellow hanky on the flag, do you, Dave?
Yeah, right here at the 50-yard line, 46-yard line. But, yeah, that came out as soon as the punt was caught.
So Carson Bordeaux on the return. He's quite a basketball player for TC Central as well. But let's see where it's going to be. They're going to back it up, so it's against the Trojans. Their first penalty of this ball game.
Yeah, I think we had the Blue Devil there ready to make a tackle, and I think we had a block.
And that's going to bring it back across midfield, so essentially negating really an entire run back and then some.
Yeah. Well, and this sets up a good opportunity for the Blue Devil defense to show what they've got against this Traverse City offense here. And they're not, the last series they were pushed back against the end zone a little bit, and that creates some stress for the guys.
So ball gets spotted on the 36-yard line for the Trojans. Burnham in the backfield with Seabase. He's going to pass it out now to 25. That's going to be Dante Williams.
Nice.
He's going to have a nice pickup there all the way up to about the 48-yard line before he's brought down.
Bootstrap tackle there by number 6, Gabe Thompson. He was in position. Number 25 was zipping out to the left side there pretty quick. And the defense has to get reset because it's kind of up-tempo.
It's an up-tempo offense.
Yeah.
They're going to spot it at the 45-yard line. And again, Williams is going to get it. He's going to make his way around the right side. He's finally going to get brought down, but not until after he gets a first down.
Number 27 on the tackle.
So Jonathan Ungst on the tackle for the Blue Devils, but that'll move the chains again for TC, and we're going to have a fast-moving Trojan offense, so we'll keep this game moving quickly for you folks at 5:47 to go in this first quarter. Traverse City Central up 7-0 over the Blue Devils. This is their second offensive series of the ball game. Burnham is going to keep it himself, go right up the middle. He's going to get wrapped up. Finally, a couple of Blue Devils come to help. So number 14, it was Austin Vanderveer he wrapped him up at the legs, and then that allowed time for fellow Blue Devils to get there and bring Burnham down. Burnham's a big kid, 6'4", 230. You're going to be seeing him play football on Saturday next year for the Notre Dame Fighting Irish.
Yeah,
we'll talk a little bit more about that.
Yeah, we will, and that's great for that young man, and he is going to be running around all night long as the quarterback and middle linebacker. We had a substitution there with a minor injury for the TC group, so that's going to give the Blue Devils just a minute to catch their breath on defense.
Burnham in shotgun formation, takes the snap. He's going to hand it off. Right up the middle goes Seabase, and he's going to break tackles, and he is going to find his way all the way into the end zone for a Traverse City Central score.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. They were in position, but he just kind of cut to the outside, and he's a little quicker than the defenders are, and they weren't able to get, in front of him to wrap up. A good attempt by number 6, Gabe Thompson, number 12, Borowiak, to make a tackle, but it was just too little too late at that moment.
Reed Seabase had a little bit more speed than the other guys did, and he found himself with a huge run into the end zone and the second score of the ball game for Traverse City Central. So Everest Noyes comes in for the extra point. It goes up, and it does go through cleanly. So our score, with 4:45 to go in the first quarter, Traverse City Central 14, Gaylord 7. You're listening to Blue Devil Football on Eagle 101.5.
Feeney Ford is Northern Michigan's headquarters for certified Ford cars and trucks. Hi, I'm Sean Abraham and can assure you every Ford certified vehicle passes a 172-point inspection, includes a Carfax report, a 12-month, 12,000-mile comprehensive warranty with 24-hour roadside assistance. Plus, we add our Feeney touch by delivering your certified vehicle with a full tank of gas, fresh oil change, new wiper blades, and 2 sets of keys to ensure your experience is first rate. Experience it for yourself and make your next vehicle purchase at Feeney Ford in Grayling.
You're listening to Blue Devil Football on Eagle 101.5.
Here at Thurlby Field, it's still our opening quarter. Traverse City Central out to a 14-0 lead over the Gaylord Blue Devils. Brian Hollenbaugh along with Dave Boswood on the call. Beautiful Friday night for football.
Gorgeous.
Absolutely perfect weather. Going to be a great weekend to get out and about and do things in northern Michigan. So Traverse City Central comes out to go ahead and kick it off to the Blue Devils. We'll see if the Blue Devils can put together a good offensive series. They've not yet done so.
Last kick went out the backside of the end zone, so hopefully we'll get a chance to return the ball. We got Stroudling and Pierce deep to receive the ball.
So it is going to get returned. It's a line drive kick. It looks like it's Stroudling going to get it. No, it's Pierce that got it. So Pierce runs right up the middle. Cameron Pierce does.
He dropped the ball. Yep.
And it's going to be a fumble recovery for Traverse City Central. Just like that, another mental mistake for the Gaylord Blue Devils. And TC Central now has the ball at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, Cam Pierce came through that pile. You know, he was working that second effort pretty hard, and then I saw him pop out the other end without the ball, and they're piled on inside that little scrum with the ball. So that's going to put the offense for TC back out on the field right now.
So the Blue Devil defense getting a workout in this opening quarter so far. Offense not been able to do much. Defense is going to have to work hard against this Trojan offense. Burnham gets a snap off, but not until there's a flag, so it's an illegal motion call against Traverse City Central. That'll back them up.
Yeah, it will, and that's, I guess, a bonus for the defense. It gives them a little bit more breathing room and a little bit harder work for the TC offensive crew. But, again, they haven't shown a deficiency in moving the ball forward, though.
No, and if you're the Blue Devils, you can't give up the big play, which is exactly what they did in the last drive with Reed Seabase getting a huge run into the end zone. So here we go with a 2nd and 16. Burnham's going to keep it himself, going to tuck it in, makes one man miss, makes his way up the middle, picks up about half of that yard lost, brings it back almost to the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Gotro 37 on the initial contact, and then he was supported a little bit further downfield by number 44, Pretzloff.
So it's going to bring up a 2nd and about 9 for the Trojans. Let's see what they do here. Blue Devil defense needs to stop in the worst kind of way. Burnham fires it across the middle, connects inside the 5-yard line to about the 4 to Carson Bordeaux.
Tackle made by number 27, Onks there, the defensive back. That was a quick release by Burnham there. He got the ball out of his hand and into the hand of the receiver pretty darn quick.
Traverse City Central just looks relaxed out there on offense. They look like it's business as usual. It looks casual. They look comfortable. Yeah, they've had a couple of penalties, but they just look comfortable out there. And Burnham's going to hand it off to number 2. He's going to dance his way into the end zone. And Josh Klug gets his first score of the game as the Traverse City Central Trojans get their 3rd of the game. And we're still in the first quarter here with 3:52 to go. Our score 20-0 now, Traverse City Central. Again, Noyes will come out with a point after attempt.
Yeah, he will. And, he's been kicking the ball well, and so I don't doubt that he'll put it through the uprights here. But, again, this is where the Blue Devils defense have to show some grit, and the team as a whole, right? So they're kind of up against it a little bit, and this is going to be a test of their character for sure, and see if they can't get something put together here and move the ball.
And that one is good, and our score now with 3:52 to go in this opening quarter, Traverse City Central 21, Gaylord 0. You're listening to Blue Devil Football on Eagle 101.5.
Want to pay less for gas and earn rewards at the same time? Visit marathonsmakeitcount.com and sign up today or download the phone app. You'll save 5 cents per gallon and earn points that can earn you up to 50 cents off per gallon. There are also many ways to save and earn at your local S&K food stores. You can grab many of your favorite snacks, cold beverages, and essentials while you fill up and save at the Marathon S&K food stores. And make it count, your best place to hit the road.
You're listening to Blue Devil Football on Eagle 101.5.
Well, you just can't blink your eyelashes around here because if you do, you're going to miss a score. 3:52 to go in the opening quarter of this ball game. Traverse City Central jumps out to a 21-0 lead over the Gaylord Blue Devils, and you just have a feeling it's going to be one of those kind of nights for the Devils.
Yeah, and we're hoping that we get some correction here and that they get their heads together and start putting something together offensively and defensively. But there's a lot of weapons on that TC Central team.
So Everest Noyes about to kick it off, and he does. It's going to be a deep kick. This one is going to go into the end zone, but it's going to get returned.
Nope.
And they're going to call it a touchback.
Yeah, they can't return it out of the end zone.
So the last time Pierce did a return, he fumbled it, and about 3 plays later, TC Central took it in for a score. So it's probably not a bad thing.
Right.
That they get to come back out onto offense, and they'll spot the ball at the 20-yard line, and that's where the Blue Devils will come out on this offensive series.
Yeah, and again, Cameron on the return, he was doing, what he thought he should do, and that was just drive. But ball security is super important.
Ball security is important. He got stripped, and that's exactly what the defense is looking to do.
Absolutely.
So here we go. Caleb Ungst over center. Pretzlaff in motion. He gets set on the line. Going to hand it off to Vanderveer. He's got a block out in front of him. He's going to make his way around the corner. He picks up about 3 on that.
Okay. 3 yards on that carry, fits well in the game plan that DJ Shimoniak, head coach of the Blue Devils, has in mind. So if we continue to do that, that's okay.
Do you realize that's the biggest play from scrimmage for the Blue Devils so far this game?
Well, other than the first play that got brought back. But
he got brought back.
Yeah,
so a 3-yard gain by Austin Vanderveer.
Yep, 4 yard. He's got 4 yards.
He got a 4-yard gain.
All right, even better. Even better.
We'll take it. 2nd and 6 now for the Blue Devils. Ball spotted at the 24-yard line. 3 backs in the backfield. Let's see what they do here. Good offensive line push. That's what they're looking for. And it looked like
it's 34 Hush on the carry.
So Hush on the carry picks up maybe 2 on that. Going to bring up about a 3rd and 4 for Gaylord. Clock continues to tick down to 3:29 to go. Opening quarter of this ball game. Plenty of football to go, but so far nothing has gone Gaylord's way. So if they can keep this drive going, get a first down, It's steps. It's positive steps. It's moving forward.
Well, and you're absolutely right. Let's get that first down. Let's look at the short-term goal, get that first down, then build on that, right?
Absolutely.
And we have the ability to do that.
So 3rd down and 4.
Gavin Freeman in the backfield now.
So Freeman in the backfield. Going to pitch it out to Freeman, and he's going to get wrapped up, and that's going to be a loss on the play of about 2 yards on it.
Yeah.
Defense smelled that one right out.
They did. And there was some blocking there, but the defender had the ability to get his arm around the backside to grab Gavin on the way through. Gavin was looking to step to his left up that little gap there that the blockers had opened for him, but just not going to happen on that one. So it brings it back to a 4th and 9.
So it's 4th and long, ball on the 21-yard line, and they're going to punt it away. So out comes Connor Byram. If he can get off a nice, good punt here, that's going to be a win for the Blue Devils.
Absolutely.
Bad snap.
Nope.
He's going to fall on it. Ball's on the ground.
Gaylord's
recovered by the Blue Devils, but, that's just not a good thing. 69, though, fell on the ball, Lane Thompson.
Yep.
But a bad snap, took a single hop into Connor Byram's hands, and then it rolled out of his hands, and by that time they were wrapping him up, and the ball just squirted loose.
Yeah, and Connor did a nice job trying to, wrap the ball back up. Took a good shot there. He was a little slow getting up off the field.
Ball on the 19 now. Traverse City Central in the red zone already with 2:19 to go in this opening quarter, looking to add a 4th score to this ball game. Going to be a little movement on the line. Going to back TC Central up.
Yeah, receiver on the far side there. Looks like number 6 from here. Had a little anxiety. Got a little anxious, wanted to move a little bit and to step a little
So
bit.
if you're Traverse City Central, you're already up 21-0 in the opening quarter. You can open up the playbook and get a little creative and have a little fun with the kids, I guess you would say.
Sure.
So let's see what they do. Let's see if they go to the air on this one. Burnham is going to go to the air. He's going to fire it downfield. He's got a man wide open. In for the touchdown is Dante Williams. It was pitch and catch for Traverse City Central.
Yeah, he had number 6 out there. Gabe Thompson was, covering Dante Williams, number 25. He was in front of him. He was in position, but he didn't have enough. He wasn't close enough to him, right? So, 25 had a step on him, and Burnham just did what he does, right? Threw it back shoulder over the top, made it an easy catch for Traverse City's TC.
Absolutely. And in comes Noyes for the point after attempt. He's been perfect so far on the night. It goes up. It goes through. And our score with 2:14 to go in this open quarter, Traverse City Central 28, Gaylord 0. We'll be right back. You're listening to Eagle 101.5.
The Javetsky Agency, your local MEMIC insurance, exclusively serves teachers and school employees. Founded more than 65 years ago, MEMIC provides members with outstanding service and insurance coverage for personal, auto, home, or umbrella coverage. By choosing MEMIC, you're supporting the MEMIC Foundation, impacting thousands of schools by providing millions of dollars to support programs, events, and projects. Contact the Javetsky Agency for more information.
You're listening to Blue Devil Football on Eagle 101.5.
Still the opening quarter of this football game at Thurlby Field. Traverse City Central has taken advantage of several mistakes by the Gaylord Blue Devils, and they're out by a score of 28-0 to open up this ball game, Dave.
Yeah, like I said, the Blue Devils have their hands full here with the TC Central group. But it's going to be, again, a real test of character for the Blue Devils. And if they can, scrape out some yards and even some points here as they go, it'll kind of build their confidence, hopefully, for the rest of the season with some of the other teams they're going to face.
Certainly. Noise to kick it off. Freeman and Stadling back. Freeman's going to take it into the end zone, so they'll come out to the 20-yard line. Got a score update for you. Johannesburg Lewiston trails Harvard Springs by a score of 14-8. There with 4:27 to go in the opening quarter of that ball game as well.
Oh, man. Okay.
Our score here, Traverse City Central 28, Gaylord 0.
Yeah. 2:14 left in the first quarter.
As I go to put another cough drop in my mouth, Dave.
Well, that's all right.
Last week, I think I counted 20-plus cough drops I was chewing on during the football game. So,
well, that first week was tough on you. It was a little wet out there. You caught a little bit of a cold, I think.
Yeah, I believe they call it bronchitis.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yes, that's right, the real deal. So Caleb Unks comes back out. Vanderveer going to be in the backfield. Looks like they're going to draw Traverse City Central offside. That's going to work as a positive play for the Blue Devil offense.
Yeah, you know what, and I think the Blue Devils showed real discipline there, in staying put and waiting for the count, with that hard count there on the Blue Devil side.
So they'll pick up 5 on the penalty. Makes it 1st and 5. Ball on the 25-yard line. So, Ungst, Gotro, and Vanderveer in the backfield. Ungst's going to hand it off to Vanderveer. He's going to try to find his way up the middle. He's going to get met by a whole bunch of brown jerseys and brought down at about the 26-yard line after a couple of yard gain.
Yeah, and again, he did a nice job holding onto the ball, protecting the ball because, the defense for Traverse City is going to do what they do as well, strip the ball as aggressively as possible. So positive yards for the Blue Devils.
So it's going to bring up a second down. They gave him a yard on that one, so it's going to be 2nd and 4 for Gaylord. Again, you just are looking to get your first down of the ball game. Positive yardage.
Yeah, and short-term goals.
I think you got to try to get Vanderveer off to the edge.
I agree.
So here we go. They're going to hand it off again to Vanderveer. He looks for a hole, but he trips over an offensive lineman. Ends up lunging forward, maybe a yard gain on that one.
Well, and the other thing is, predictability, right? So we haven't thrown any passes. We made what looked to be an attempt at a pass. We couldn't get the ball off quickly enough to complete a pass. So if we're going to do that, we're going to have to set Ongst back maybe in the shotgun, get him some space, and look for an opportunity downfield for a receiver, just to keep the defense a little bit more honest. Because we know it's going to go 14, 37, 34, and so do they.
Well, here we go. Traverse City Central has got 5 on the line right now on the defensive side. Vanderveer, power I formation. Unk's going to pass it over, and he just overthrows his man. He was looking for Loudon Stradling and just was not good.
Well, and again, I know they practice these things, during the week, but they haven't executed any of these during the game time scenario, right? So it looked almost like a little miscommunication, like, Onks thought that Stradling was going to be closer to the sideline. He was kind of drifting that way, but either way, it didn't connect, and that's going to bring up the 4th down.
I think Caleb might have heard some footsteps too.
Well, but that's going to happen. And his youth, he's a sophomore.
Right.
He's got a lot, a bright future for sure as a quarterback, but he's going to have to be the leader that he's designated to be.
So Connor Byram comes out to punt it away. This time he gets a good snap. Nearly blocked on that one, but he gets it off. It's going to take a Blue Devil bounce. Going to get returned at about the 38. Still on his feet is number 11, Carson Bordeaux, before he's finally brought down by the Blue Devils.
So the Blue Devil shooter there, number 27, Onks, was down there, met him right face-to-face when he picked up the ball and got a hand on him. Then I don't know. I missed who that was. I think it was Ty Benzinger who helped secure that tackle there, which was fortunate because, number 11 for TC was looking downfield and ready to take off and run.
So Traverse City Central comes out with 29 seconds to go in this opening quarter. Ball on their own 45-yard line. And a 28-point lead, 28-0 right now. Burnham's going to keep it himself. He's just going to go. Nope, that was actually going to be Josh Klug on a Wildcat formation snap. And he goes up the middle, gains about 3 on the carry.
Yeah, that was a direct snap to number 2 there, like you said, in that Wildcat formation. Good job by the defense, though. Yeah, they saw it, they reacted to it, and they made the tackle. We had a blitz going on the Blue Devils side. All
right, so here we go. They're going to do a reverse on this one. Burnham's going to hand it off to number 4. Looks like Grant Schmidt.
What do we got here?
Number 11, actually. Carson Bordeaux on the carry. That's going to be the last play of the quarter. And it's going to bring up about a 3rd and 2 when we come back for the second quarter. At the end of 1, Traverse City Central 28, Gaylord 0. You're listening to Blue Devil Football on Eagle 101.5.
Want to pay less for gas and earn rewards at the same time? Visit marathonsmakeitcount.com and sign up today or download the phone app. You'll save 5 cents per gallon and earn points that can earn you up to 50 cents off per gallon. There are also many ways to save and earn at your local S&K food stores. You can grab many of your favorite snacks, cold beverages, and essentials while you fill up and save at the Marathon S&K food stores. And make it count, your best place to hit the road.
You're listening to Blue Devil Football on Eagle 101.5.
Well, we're about to start this second quarter. Blue Devils find themselves in a huge hole, trailing Traverse City Central by a score of 28-0. And by the way, it's a tale of this quarter, this first quarter. Traverse City Central, 149 yards of offense, Gaylord 0 on offense. And they're going to go with an end around. Number 25 on the carry, Dante Williams. He picks up a couple of yards on that.
Jonathan Ongst was stretching that one out really nicely. He got it to the corner over here, and then number 11, Ty Benzinger, made the tackle there, and then he was supported by Hush, right there at the end. A little bit of physicality down here, a little pushing and shoving, so we got to watch that as the game progresses.
It's good enough for a first down for Traverse City Central. Burnham in the shotgun formation. He's going to hand it off to number 5, and he's on his feet still before he trips up, does Reed Seabase. So it's going to bring up a second down. He gained about 4 on that carry.
Yeah, but Ty Benzinger, number 11, was out there. He's fired up. He's ready to play some football. He got up there and made a tackle there nicely.
So we've got a 2nd and 6. Ball at about the 37-yard line in Gaylord territory. Burnham's going to throw it across the middle. Has a wide-open man who's going to go straight into the end zone. Does Carson Bordeaux. And that just was a pitch and a catch there.
Yeah, it was. He had Cameron Pierce, number 9, beat, all the way. Cam looked a little confused as to where he was going to be. He was kind of looking back over his shoulder, then realized that he was, getting outpaced by the receiver. It was too late. His hands to the face mask there. So Cameron's got to relax a little bit and just, perform. Do your job and execute well, and you won't have a problem. But don't let it get in your head.
So Noyes comes out for yet another point after attempt. It goes up. It goes through. And our score here, just like that, as we enter this second quarter, Traverse City Central jumps out to a 35-0 lead over the Gaylord Blue Devils. And
we got a flag.
Got a flag. Could be maybe celebration.
Yeah, it could be an unsportsmanlike, but it'll probably be assessed on the kickoff, if anything. But they're having a little conversation about it down there.
So the officials come back out. They'll just assess it on the kickoff, certainly. By the way, we'd like to thank some of our sponsors like Builders First Source. See it, build it, live it. The Builders and Homeowners Source on North Center Street in Gaylord. And, of course, Bob's Modern Homes, assisting families achieve their new home dreams. You can see their current models online at bobsmodernhomes.com.
Yeah, I believe it was something to do with the celebration or something. They teed him up there, gave him, an unsportsmanlike call, and they're going to assess it on the kickoff here.
Certainly. 11:09 to go, second quarter. Traverse City Central up 35-0. And as we ended that first quarter, Dave, we started talking about that stat. Traverse City Central had 149 yards of total offense.
Yeah.
But bearing in mind, half of their drives started deep in Blue Devil territory.
Yes.
So, in reality, they were working with less than half a field and still racked up 149 yards in offense. Gaylord, on the other hand, came in at 0, which, given the fact that at one point in time they were completely in negative yardage,
yes,
I guess you could say that was a positive thing to get back to 0.
Sure,
but,
sure.
This right now is not really a fair fight.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't seem to be. But again, the Blue Devils can learn a lot from a game like this.
Absolutely,
and especially learn about who they are personally as young men and as a team. And I think that'll demonstrate the coaching staff's influence on them as well. If they can keep their heads together, and focus on whatever positives they can glean from this game, and do well in the next ones coming up.
So Freeman and Stradling deep for Gaylord. Kick goes up. It's going to be Freeman on the return. He's going to get it. He's going to cross the 30. Still on his feet, going to get wrapped up. He hesitated, and the defense just jumped all over him. But he gets down to about the 34-yard line, and that's where the Blue Devil offense will come out. Here's the thing. This Traverse City Central team has one loss on the season.
Yes.
They faced DeWitt to open the season. Now, DeWitt, I believe, was last year's state champion.
Yeah.
Very good team, and of course, they got punched in the mouth the opening week, but then they came back and laid it on heavy on Marquette.
Yep.
And it looks like right now there's the potential that they could lay it on heavy here tonight, unless the Blue Devils start controlling the clock, which was something that they were very good at last week against Saginaw United. They controlled the entire third quarter.
Right, plus 6 seconds of the fourth quarter.
So here we go. Power I formation. Now they're going to go off here. Platzlaff in motion, lines up on the right now, gets set. Unk's going to pitch it out to Vanderveer. He's going to cut in. He's going to get a couple of yards on that. Going to bring it up to about the 42 before he gets wrapped up.
So, yeah, coaches are just telling them, hey, settle down, guys. Let's get the blocks up front that we need to do. We're going to do this sort of show power to the right and then bring it back to the left where there's a fewer, defenders and try and get those 3 to 5 yards that we need every play.
The first thing you got to win, Dave, is you got to get a first down.
Absolutely.
The Blue Devils have yet to have a first down in this ball game. You've got to do it, and you got to do it right now. So a 3-yard gain by Vanderveer brings a 2nd and 7. Ball's on the 37-yard line. So let's see what they do. Hush is in the backfield right now. Vanderveer goes in motion. He lines up in the backfield. They're going to give it to him again. It just these offensive plays just seem slow in developing, Dave.
They are. And I'm not sure if they're looking for this great big hole to open up, and the splitting of the Red Sea kind of thing. That's not going to happen, right? So they're going to have a little gap there, and they're going to have to just work their way through it. And Vanderveer did that on that one. Again, it was a modest gain, but a gain nonetheless.
Well, so we've got a 3rd down and 4 to go. It just doesn't feel like there's a lot of speed and energy coming into those holes.
No, there's not. No, and that's something that they can work on and develop through the remainder of this game, because that's going to be the difference in them getting that first down and that first sort of win for the night.
So it's 3rd and 4, an important 3rd and 4 for the Blue Devils.
We got a flag.
And there's going to be a flag on the field, delay of game. That's going to back them up. And again, just when you start to see things moving forward, a mental error backs the Blue Devils up. There's a reason why they controlled the entire third quarter on the drive. Because they would move forward and then get sent back, move forward, get sent back.
Yeah.
And while, you can look at that and say they controlled the entire quarter, you have to go, well, why was that? And it was because of a lot of mental errors. So here we go, 3rd and 9 now, ball on the 35. Vanderveer gets set in the backfield. He's going to get it again. No hole to go through. He's got maybe 2 yards before he gets wrapped up. So they're just not getting those holes where they need to.
No, but he did a nice job running through there, in that sort of second effort and getting those additional yards, because there wasn't much room for him to run. But as far as these delay games, there should be no reason for that, because, like I said, they have 2 great big clocks at the end of either end zone here that tell you how much time left, right? We got 20 seconds left to snap the ball.
So we got a 4th and 7, and they're going to go ahead. Well, they're going to punt it away, wisely so. So Connor Byram is out again. He's getting a workout tonight. He's just hoping for a clean snap on this one. He does get one, and he gets one off. It's an end for end. It's going to get returned from the 40, and it's going to get returned right to the midfield mark. And that's where Traverse City will come out on offense with 8:39 to go before the half, and a 35-0 lead over these Gaylord Blue Devils.
Yeah, we had Gus James on the tackle there after the return on that punt there. So nice job for Gus. Haven't had a chance to call his name much.
So, by the way, enjoy stress-free car shopping, auto financing, and service at Smith Camp, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, and Gaylord. Also, Mama Leone's, Northern Michigan's home for authentic Italian cuisine. Mama Leone's on South Otsego in Gaylord. 8:39 to go before the half.
So we had another penalty out there against the Trojans, so it's going to push them back a little bit and start them out a little further back than they had hoped.
So Traverse City Central going to start this offensive series from their own 39-yard line. With 8:39 to go before we get to the half. And you've got to think there's lots of adjustments that are going to be discussed at halftime.
Yeah, absolutely.
Burnham in shotgun. He's got a man in motion. It's going to be the jet sweep. He's going to hand it off. Number 14's got it. Makes the corner.
There you go.
Looks like he might have picked up first down and then some. No, maybe a yard shy, actually. Came right underneath us in the press box here.
Yeah, nice work out there, though, defensively by number 27, Jonathan Ongston, 69, that's Lane Thompson. And then the tackle made there by the safety coming up and finishing him off there was number 11, which is Ty Benzinger.
So quarterback's just going to keep it himself.
Strip. Ball.
Is the ball on the ground? Blue Devils think they have it?
Yeah, Pretzloff stripped that ball and held onto it as he came through there. So that was a great strip. We'll see if they give it to him, but it was a strip.
It was a quarterback keeper right up the middle. Looks like we got a Blue Devil down. Maybe he's just putting his shoe back on. He is. Pierce puts his shoe on. Blue Devils recover the fumble. Burnham got stripped. Great heads-up defensive play there by Brady Pretzlaff. And the first big break of the game for the Gaylord Blue Devils. They'll get to come back out on offense, and you got to get something going now. Now you've got something that's working in your favor.
Sure, and that's a nice momentum shift there for the Blue Devils, right? Burnham came right up the middle there. Pretzloff was heads up against him in that linebacker spot. Saw the opportunity to get in there and grab that ball, stripped it out, and similar to what happened earlier, Burnham kept running, and then Pretzloff, ended up on the ground, but he had the ball in his hand all the way. Nice job, Brady.
All right, let's see if the Blue Devils can put together a sustained drive now. So, Gautreau's the only one in the backfield with Ungst. Pretzloff in motion, lines up on the right side of the line. A little problem there.
Ooh.
Caleb thought he was going one way.
Gautreau the other.
And Gautreau went the other. He did get the pitch off, but not before Traverse City Central had four guys in the backfield. That's going to be a loss on that one. That is not what you want to see if you're a coach. A loss of 4 on that one. Caleb went to his left, thought Gautreau was going to be there, and then he looked behind him, and he had to pitch behind him to get it to Braden Gautreau.
No, and you're right, though. Coaches, want to capitalize on that great defensive play by Pretzloff, and that's not exactly so. You got to keep your heads together here and not make those mental errors.
Our score here, 35-0 Traverse City Central. It's been all Trojan football. Unk's going to keep it himself, roll out to his right, looks downfield, doesn't have a man open. He throws a pick instead.
Yeah.
Defender was right there. Dante Williams gets the pick off, and just like that turnover becomes another turnover.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's going to be a youthful mistake there on Onk's part. He had, Borowiak as the intended receiver, number 12.
Great defensive coverage by Traverse City Central. And Caleb should have never thrown it. He should have just tucked it in and ran. Even if he got nailed on the sideline, he should have just tucked it in and ran. Might have gained about 5 yards on the carry had he.
Yeah.
So,
don't make
again, a learning, process. Burnham's rolling out to his right. He fires down the middle, got a wide open man. Carson Berto is about to score yet another touchdown, and he will. And just like that, Traverse City Central punishes the Blue Devils for that turnover.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate for the Blue Devils there. Again, we go back to that play where Caleb, they tell you as a quarterback, don't make a bad play worse, right? So you got to be smart about that. He's got control of the ball. He saw they didn't have anything downfield, so then he starts to roll out to the right, and he's like, okay, I want to get those yards, but the safe play is to turn it upfield and use the speed that you have to get those positive yards and retain the ball.
Well, you can bet they'll be watching film next week.
Oh, yeah.
So Everest Noyes, he's been getting a workout on point after so far in this ball game. As Traverse City Central goes up by a score of 42-0, 7:24 to go, and we're still midway through the second quarter on this one, folks. It's going to be a long night, but stay tuned. You're listening to Blue Devil Football here on Eagle 101.5.
Your Gaylord 7-Eleven is the perfect place to grab something cool when you're on the go. Quench your thirst with an ice, cold Slurpee, or big gulp. And of course, there's always freshly brewed coffee 24/7. 7-Eleven is there for you, plus just about anything else you might need in a pinch, including snacks, grocery items, and even lottery tickets if you feel a winning streak coming on. Open 24 hours a day. They put the convenience in convenience store. Your neighborhood 7-Eleven on North Center Avenue in Gaylord.
You're listening to Blue Devil Football on Eagle 101.5.
Well, Dave, it's a beautiful night. That's the best part of it. 7:24 to go, still in the second quarter. The Blue Devils trail by a score of 42-0 to the home Traverse City Central Trojans, and it has all been Traverse City Central, and we have seen a team that's on a mission. They're on a mission, and you know, by the way, they execute very well.
Yeah, they do. And you know, again, we've seen some passing from some of the other teams that we've competed against, but we haven't seen the ability to catch the ball as well as what the TC receivers are doing right now.
Well, I'll tell you this, though. Josh Burnham throws a nice, clean pass. He's not going to be a quarterback in college. He's going to be a linebacker at Notre Dame, but he throws a nice, clean pass, perhaps the best quarterback we've seen so far this season.
Agreed.
So Noy's going to kick it off. Freeman's going to bobble the ball, picks it back up. He's going to try to make something out of it, gets across to about the 12-yard line before he gets wrapped up by a host of brown jerseys.
Yep.
So Gavin Freeman on the return.
Good, solid run, though. He works really hard out there. Just didn't get the blocking and the cutback that he was looking for.
You know, I'll be honest with you. I see two types of discipline out here. I see Traverse City Central is a very disciplined team.
Sure.
You know, they're about the execution. They go out there. They've got some pretty amazing playmakers out here. We've seen some really good wide receiver play. Yep. We haven't really seen a big run game for these guys.
No.
They've used the receivers on jet sweeps for big pickups, but it's really been, aside from Seabase's run from the backfield, it's really been the jet sweep or the passing game. So Ungst is going to hand it out to Vanderveer. He's going to go up the middle, finds one man to break a tackle on, keeps on his feet, keeps going. That's the biggest run of the ball game for the Blue Devils.
Flag.
And a flag down.
But a good run. I mean, he's really close to the first down, which would be a big deal for the Blue Devils in this game right now.
Well, it would be. And again, it's about moving forward and creating a series of firsts. A first down of this ball game would be important.
Get a face mask call.
That is the biggest run and biggest play of this ball game for the Gaylord Blue Devils. So it is going to give them a first down and move the chain. So that's the very first down of this ball game for Gaylord. So again, little victories. So there you have the first one. Now if you can connect the dots and get another first down. Continue to chew up this clock. Don't put that ball in the hands of Traverse City Central. They proved that they can score at will.
Yes.
They've yet to punt.
No. But, you know, one of the things that I do like is, even though they're competing and they're fighting one another, their sportsmanship is still solid. They're congratulating each other on each side after the play is over, and I like that.
So Ung's going to hand it off to Vanderveer. He's going to go right up the middle and going to get met by a bunch of brown jerseys, maybe a yard, perhaps two on the carry. Let's see where they spot it.
Yeah, good solid run up the middle. And I guess, we should mention this while we're at it, because there may be some listeners wondering, it's 42-0. Is it a running clock yet? That won't come until the second half.
Correct. So 6:20 to go before the half. Our score here, Traverse City Central 42, Gaylord 0. Blue Devils just got their first down of the ball game moments ago. It's now 2nd and 8, ball on their own 35-yard line. Looking to create a sustainable drive are the Gaylord Blue Devils. Caleb Ungst going to hand it off to Gautreaux. He's going to find a hole. Then he's going to get wrapped up. Again, finding the hole, but then not having this forward speed. What's happening is those holes are closing up quickly. Traverse City Central's defense has time to react. They're reading Gaylord's offense very well.
One of the things that I do like about what the Blue Devils offensive line is doing, I'm not seeing them get pushed deep into the backfield.
No, they're not getting pushed back. Yeah. They are getting forward push.
Yeah.
The backs are hesitant hitting the holes. They're not hitting the holes with confidence. They're waiting and then trying, but they don't have that dart speed. They're not that quick. And so what happens is you see a little hole, and then you decide to go, and it's going to get closed up quickly.
Right.
Vanderveer in motion. They're going to hand it off to him. He's going to find a hole. He's going to break one tackle. Still on his feet. A good run there by Austin Vanderveer. Going to bring it close to the first down marker, but it's going to bring up a 4th and short for the Gaylord Blue Devils.
Yeah, and I have to give credit to number 77, Connor Colano up there. He did a nice job blocking that time, kind of opened up the hole a little bit more and kind of sustained his block. Again, he's one of the freshmen, or no, he's a sophomore on the team. So, good job by Connor up front. He leaves right now, and then senior Trent Gopinski, 78, comes in to take over on that tackle job.
So it's a 4th and a very long 2, so it looks like the Blue Devils are going to punt it away because you just don't want to hand it back over to Traverse City Central and find yourself 49 points down. Byron's going to get it off that time. He's got a nice little punt off. It's going to get returned. Got some coverage in place. Let's see if there's any flags that come down. Williams is still on his feet, comes across Blue Devil territory, goes down to the 39, but there's a flag on it. And let's see, there's another flag. Usually what happens is the second man that pushes is the guy who's going to get caught.
Yeah, so that's, it was, they were battling pretty hard right there in front of the referee. We had number 69 for the Blue Devils, and I believe it was number 16 for TC. But I think we might have offsetting technical fouls here or unsportsmanlike conduct.
So it could be offsetting, but usually you know what it is, though. It's the second guy that always gets caught. And if that's the case, it was number 16 from Traverse City Central, which is Michael Boer. He was kind of pumped up, though. I mean, Traverse City Central is just playing with a lot of enthusiasm. And, of course, it has a lot to do with a 42-0 lead up on the scoreboard. But they're really a very good team.
Yes, absolutely.
Now, it is interesting, though, they can dominate up here, up north, but then when the playoffs come, then it's a different animal.
Yes. Well, they're, kind of a, big fish here in the sort of smaller pool, and they are, but I don't want to take anything away from their ability. I don't want to say that at all. But they get more competition when they go down south.
Well, you start facing schools out of places like Muskegon.
Yes, absolutely.
That have some powerhouse programs.
Yep.
A school like DeWitt, which has built up quite a program in the Lansing area.
Okay.
So let's see what they do here. So they're going to mark it off. Going to bring it up to about the 50-yard line. Going to keep it going down to the...
Yeah, they're going to mark it off from the spot of the foul.
From the spot of the foul. So it's going to move it all the way back down to about the 35-yard line. Then they're going to move it back up again.
Yes.
So he's got to walk them both off. So he gets his extra steps in. So now they're back to the 50-yard line, which is exactly where we figured it was going to be. But he had to walk off the 15-on-1, walk back the 15 again.
Yep.
So he got a few extra steps. He'll get his 10,000 in for the day. So it's 1st and 10, ball on the 50. Burnham looking downfield, throws across the middle, has a wide open man, and he's still on his feet down to about the 22-yard line.
Yeah, so Ty Benzinger and Gabe Thompson on the tackle there for the Blue Devils. It was a close one because he was making that cut back, and Ty just happened to get down there and grab a hold of him, and then, of course, Gabe finished it off.
So Conrad Dobrev on the reception there. I'd like to see what the quarterback's passing numbers are as we head into the half. We'll get those. Ball on the ground, and it bounces back into the running back, Jake Van Horn's hands. He's lucky on that one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bounced out of his hands, took a huge hop, and went right back into his arms before the Blue Devils wrapped him up, but it's going to be a loss on it.
Yeah, it will. But Borowiak and Connor Abraham were both over there to make that tackle and make sure that he didn't get any further downfield. But nice play defensively. It's got him back.
Loss of 3 on the play. It brings up a 2nd and 13, ball on the 25-yard line. They're going to go right up the middle with it, and he's going to pick up all that yardage and then some.
Well, we were just talking about the running game and not seeing a whole lot of it, but now we're going to, I think, get an opportunity to see some of their running game.
Reed Seabase on the carry. That's going to bring it up to 3rd down and 6.
Yeah, he's pretty explosive out of the backfield. He got moving quick.
So he picked up 7 on that. Burnham's going to take it. He's going to hand it off. They're going to keep it on the ground again.
Nice job.
This time, Josh Klug gets tripped up there Looks like Austin Vanderveer in there for the Blue Devils.
Yeah, he came from his linebacker spot there, busted through the line, and made a nice tackle in the backfield there.
So it's fourth down. First fourth down of the ball game that Traverse City Central has had.
Yeah.
And you know they're going to go for it.
Well,
it's 4th and 6, ball on the 18. They know they have the ability to pick up the 6 yards in most circumstances. You figure they got the confidence on it. And if they turn it over on downs, they turn it over on downs.
Yeah, and I suspect this will be a pass from Burnham to one of his other.
I think you're going to see him go across the middle.
Yep.
So Burnham in shotgun formation. He's looking across. He's going to throw to the corner. Got a man open, slides in the end zone, and scores a touchdown. So that time he went for the corner, got his man, number 6, Ben Van Ness, scores his first touchdown of the ball game.
Well, really the coverage was there with number 12, Rovak. He was right there with him.
That was a great athletic move by the receiver.
Absolutely.
Quarterback put it in a position where no one could catch it except for his receiver. So that was a well-executed play. The defense couldn't do much about it.
No, and they were in position to make a play, but then, when he threw that, kind of, led him into it, and then the receiver just did a nice job, jumping up there and sliding in and, watching that ball into his hands for the reception.
And, of course, Everest Noyes comes in. He's been perfect on the night. As the score now goes up to Traverse City Central 49, the Gaylord Blue Devils 0, 2:15 to go. And we're still in the first half, folks. We'll be right back. You're listening to Eagle 101.5.
Hey, Northern Michigan, Chris Martinson from Snuff Camp Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram of Gaylord, here to let you know that it's Jeep Adventure Days, and we have new Jeeps and Ram trucks in stock and more arriving almost daily. Prefer to shop online? Try snuffcampgaylord.com. Our simple and user-friendly website allows you to shop from the comfort of your home, the lake. Well, you get the idea. You can browse a little or take care of the entire transaction. It's up to you. So whether you prefer to shop in person or online, Snuff Camp is your Jeep and Ram headquarters. Exit 282 off I-75 or 24 hours a day at snuffcamp.com.
You're listening to Blue Devil Football on Eagle 101.5.
Well, 2:15 to go in this second quarter. Traverse City Central, they have just been able to move the ball at will. Our score here, Traverse City Central 49, the Gaylord Blue Devils 0. Gaylord's going to get the ball back with 2 minutes and 15 seconds to try to work something to break onto this scoreboard.
Well, and I think you're going to see a little different opportunity for Gaylord in the second half as TC starts to make some substitutions, and maybe we can get something going there and challenge them a little bit. But right now with their starters in there, it's going to be a tough road to hoe.
So Everest Noyes is about to kick it off, and he does, and he drills it into the end zone, and the Blue Devils will come out on their own 20 with 2:15 to work with before the half.
So here we go, right? So, one of the things, again, I like is I don't see any of the Blue Devils really hanging their heads or whatever. They're staying positive. They're going out there and executing as best they can against this stout TC Central defense. And we'd really like to see the offense get something going. We saw a little spark there in the last series. They got a first down, moved the ball a little bit further after that, and then, kind of hit a wall. But that's going to happen. So I'm looking forward to seeing some success in this drive.
So the Blue Devils come out, ball on their own 20-yard line with 2:15 to go in this second quarter. Ungst is not alone in the backfield. 3 backs in there. They're going to hand it off. Nope, Lungst's going to keep it himself, but he's going to get wrapped up.
He slipped a little bit coming around the outside. The blocking was there. And I don't know, we haven't seen a tremendous amount of speed from Ongst yet, but he's got some moves. He can get downfield, but he kind of slipped, and then the defender just came in there and wrapped him up.
Caleb loses 5 on the carry there on the quarterback keeper, so it's going to bring up a 2nd and 15. Clock continues to run down to 1:49 to go before the half. And just really, again, I think by the time we look at the statistics at halftime, the Blue Devils may be in negative yardage unless they put something together here.
Right.
So let's see what they do.
Same
3
look.
backs. They're going to hand it off to Vanderveer. He's going to go up the middle, get wrapped up. Maybe 2, could be 3 yards on the carry.
And again, a decent ball control carry up the middle. You had some blocking there. They're trying to get the 2 fullbacks to come forward there and open up a hole. But the defense does a nice job filling those gaps on their side. And again, they're very disciplined, right? They're not being faked out by any moves or any movement in the backfield. And there's not a whole lot of faking going on in the backfield.
Certainly. So it's going to bring up a 3rd and 12. The clock continues to run down to 49 seconds to go. Ball on the 18-yard line. Blue Devils need to do something and quick. They're going to hand it off to Pierce. He's going to find his way up the middle, spins and rolls, picks up a few yards on there, brings it out to about the 25. Clock continues to run. Going to bring up a 4th and long for the Blue Devils.
Nice job by Pierce controlling the ball that time and holding on. Ball security was, of course, forefront in his mind after losing the ball earlier on a return. But, again, positive yards. Brings up a 4th down, maybe too little too late at this point as far as that drive is concerned.
4th and 5, and I think the Blue Devils are just going to let the clock run out down to 10 seconds on the play clock, or 13 seconds on the play clock, only 5 seconds to go on the game clock. And so that's going to do it. At the end of our first half, Traverse City Central leads by a score of 49-0 over the Gaylord Blue Devils. We'll be back with some halftime thoughts and talk about some more positive things out there. It's halftime here, and you're listening to Eagle 101.5.
Feeney Ford is Northern Michigan's headquarters for certified Ford cars and trucks. Hi, I'm Sean Abraham and can assure you every Ford certified vehicle passes a 172-point inspection, includes a Carfax report, a 12-month, 12,000-mile comprehensive warranty with 24-hour roadside assistance. Plus, we add our Feeney touch by delivering your certified vehicle with a full tank of gas, fresh oil change, new wiper blades, and 2 sets of keys to ensure your experience is first rate. Experience it for yourself and make your next vehicle purchase at Feeney Ford in Grayling.
Want to pay less for gas and earn rewards at the same time? Visit marathonsmakeitcount.com and sign up today or download the phone app. You'll save 5 cents per gallon and earn points that can earn you up to 50 cents off per gallon. There are also many ways to save and earn at your local S&K food stores. You can grab many of your favorite snacks, cold beverages, and essentials while you fill up and save at the Marathon S&K food stores. And make it count, your best place to hit the road.
The Javetsky Agency, your local MEMIC insurance, exclusively serves teachers and school employees. Founded more than 65 years ago, MEMIC provides members with outstanding service and insurance coverage for personal, auto, home, or umbrella coverage. By choosing MEMIC, you're supporting the MEMIC Foundation, impacting thousands of schools by providing millions of dollars to support programs, events, and projects. Contact the Javetsky Agency for more information. The Javetsky Agency, your local MEMIC agent.
Hey, Northern Michigan, Chris Martinson from Smith Camp Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram of Gaylord, here to let you know that it's Jeep Adventure Days, and we have new Jeeps and Ram trucks in stock and more arriving almost daily. Prefer to shop online? Try SnethCampGaylord.com. Our simple and user-friendly website allows you to shop from the comfort of your home, the lake. Well, you get the idea. You can browse a little or take care of the entire transaction. It's up to you. So whether you prefer to shop in person or online, Smith Camp is your Jeep and Ram headquarters. Exit 282 off I-75 or 24 hours a day at SnethCamp.com.
You're listening to Blue Devil Football on Eagle 101.5.
Well, it's halftime here at Thurlby Field. Our score, Traverse City Central 49, Gaylord 0. Brian Hollenbaugh along with Dave Boswood on the call. And Dave, I've got a statistic here I'm going to share with you. Total yards in the first half. If you had to guess how many total yards Traverse City Central had in the first half, what would you guess?
Well, I know they had in the first quarter 149, so if I had to go total, I would say 170-ish, 180 at the most.
In the second quarter.
Yes.
So if you added those two up, then
so
what?
About 325.
334 yards in the first half of play.
That's amazing.
Blue Devils 29 yards total. That includes kickoff returns and everything else. Our score here 49-0. It has all been Traverse City Central. They're just a very well-disciplined team. They execute well. There's just a lot of confidence on both sides of the ball.
Well, and if you add to that statistic the fact that they had 7 penalties in the first half against them, that adds a little bit of extra to those yardage. So the win for Gaylord, though, is in the penalty side of it. Gaylord had 4 penalties in the first half versus 7 for the Traverse City Central. So, that's better than what we've seen in the past couple games for the Blue Devils.
Sure.
But that's an amazing statistic with the yards in the first half for the TC guys.
Absolutely.
That's crazy. Wow.
So, by the way, we'd like to thank some of our sponsors, Central Insurance Services, making insurance less complicated. You can get a quote on auto, RV, motorcycle, boat, home, or even health at Central Insurance Services in Gaylord and Caribbean Tans. You can stop by and check out their new red light therapy bed or warm up in one of their turbo tanning beds, Caribbean Tan on Fairview Road in Gaylord. And, of course, 7-Eleven. There's always a fresh cup of coffee and a warm welcome waiting for you at your Gaylord area 7-Eleven on North Center Street in Gaylord. And so, Dave, what do you think the conversation is like at halftime in the Blue Devil locker room?
First thing, coaches are going to say, all right, hey, relax, okay? Let's not do anything stupid. Let's not make a bad situation worse by getting crazy out there and, making it a chippy kind of game in the second half. Second thing they're talking about is execute the game plan the way we talk about it, right? We need to get those 3 to 4 yards per carry that we talk about every week, and that's part of, DJ Shimoniak's game plan, right? That's what we want to do. We want to grind it out. And certainly we have to make some adjustments, but we need to continue to stay tough up front on offense and hit those holes with assertiveness, right? Because you talked about it, they're a little slow getting to that little gap
right.
that they have to move forward. And then I think defensively, same thing, right? Stay close to your position, stay close to your receiver. They're a little faster than we are, a little taller than we are, and maybe in some situations like that touchdown in the end zone, maybe a little more athletic. We're up against it with a quarterback who can just put it on a dime, right? He can put it wherever he wants to. So we have to be really heads up and smart defensively and cover those guys as well as we can without making any contact or without doing that. So execution, I think, is going to be the name of the game here.
Well, and that's the other thing too is, with the defense, Traverse City Central, with the exception of one drive where they found themselves in a fourth down scenario, they pretty much have been scoring on first or second down.
Right.
Pretty much the entire game. And they just got a lot of ability there. So what do? You've got to slow it down. You've got to chew up the clock on offense. And then you've got to take away the passing game. Make them run the ball.
Yes.
Because they haven't run it a lot. They've had a couple of big plays on the ground, but for the most part, it's been that passing game. And so if you can take away the passing game, put your defenders on them like glue if you can.
And that's what you're going to have to do. And you're right about that, because we saw where Pretzloff as a linebacker, he stripped that ball coming from Burnham, up the middle there. That's no small feat, to be honest with you, all right?
Sure.
That young man knows how to play football, right? And so does Brady Pretzloff, who's a sophomore, and we expect some great things from him. But you're right. We got to control that pass game so we can force it in the middle where we can let our linebackers come up, Pretzloff and Vanderveer, and do their job and make things happen.
So here's what we're looking at here. I think we're looking at a statistic here. I think probably 13 first downs maybe is what Traverse City West had. Gaylord got a first down, but it was
Traverse City Central, yeah.
Or Traverse City Central. It's a
we
got a score update here.
That's what it is,
okay,
yeah.
I'm trying to read this here. Traverse City West currently leads Cadillac by a score of 13-0. In that one, and of course both of those teams are undefeated so far in the season.
Yeah, and
so
that's not as big a margin as what I had thought that it would be, TC West versus Cadillac. I thought we would have seen a little bit of a bigger margin there,
sure.
But that says a lot about what those teams are looking like right now.
So another score update, Harbor Springs is out on Johannesburg Lewiston by a score of 22-8. They're still in the second quarter of that game on the last update that we received here.
Okay.
It's halftime here. Traverse City Central leads by a score of 49-0 over your Gaylord Blue Devils. We'll be right back. We're going to talk a little bit about some Saturday football. You're listening to Halftime here on Eagle 101.5.
Feeney Ford is Northern Michigan's headquarters for certified Ford cars and trucks. Hi, I'm Sean Abraham and can assure you every Ford certified vehicle passes a 172-point inspection. Includes a Carfax report, a 12-month, 12,000-mile comprehensive warranty with 24-hour roadside assistance. Plus, we add our Feeney touch by delivering your certified vehicle with a full tank of gas, fresh oil change, new wiper blades, and 2 sets of keys to ensure your experience is first rate. Experience it for yourself and make your next vehicle purchase at Feeney Ford in Grayling.
You're listening to Blue Devil Football on Eagle 101.5.
It's halftime here at Thurlby Field in Traverse City, where our score is the Traverse City Central Trojans 49, the Gaylord Blue Devils 0. we'd like to thank some of our sponsors like Jets Pizza, Detroit-style pizza. It's better because it has to be. From Jets Pizza on Main Street in Gaylord, and Hickerson Floor and Tile House. Let Hickerson Floor and Tile House assist you in planning your home interior project. They're located on M32, just west of Gaylord. And, of course, our friends at Bob's Modern Homes, assisting families achieve their new home dreams. You can see their current models online at bobsmodernhomes.com. Brian Hollenbaugh along with Dave Boswood. And, Dave, something to look forward to, a little Saturday football action. And obviously wins for both Michigan and Michigan State last week.
Yep.
We've got a little bit different competition this week.
Sure.
We'll talk a little bit about those. But let's jump into this one. I want to get your take on this. Tomorrow, we see a number 12 Oregon travel to Columbus to take on number 3 Ohio State. Now, Ohio State, Minnesota gave them a run for their money to open up the season.
Well, right out the bat, I'm going to say I really want to see Oregon beat Ohio State. All right, and
don't we all?
Yeah, we do, and I think they will. I mean, I think the challenge that they had that Ohio State had with Minnesota, kind of shows that maybe there's some opportunity there for them to not do as well or match up to their ranking as high as they are right now. So I'm looking to see Oregon do really well against Ohio State and maybe even take the win there.
We'll find out what happens. We'll find out what the real Ohio State team looks like tomorrow in that one.
Absolutely.
Air Force and Navy. One of the bigger matchups for tomorrow because, we're still into that what I call patsy part of the season. But Air Force and Navy.
Navy's going to get the win there.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so. I like where the midshipmen are at there. I think there's maybe I'm a little biased to some degree, because I have a family member who's part of the Department of Navy, not necessarily in the Navy, but in another
Marine
Corps,
right?
The Marine Corps, right? So I'm pulling for Navy, but I do think that they have an opportunity to do that.
So let me stop you right there.
Yeah.
I've got a lot in this. Okay, I'm an ex-Air Force guy.
I know.
So.
And again, I'm just saying I think the Navy's got the edge over Air Force, all right?
I'm going to go with the Air Force Falcons on that one. Now, here's a great matchup.
I couldn't resist.
Now, here's a great matchup. You've got number 10 Iowa against number 9 Iowa State.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, I think the Hawkeyes are a team to watch out for. They look really, really good, and they could be good enough to end up winning that side of the conference in the Big Ten. And tomorrow will determine it because Iowa State comes in a little higher ranked.
Right.
But I think Iowa is going to take this one.
Well, and I agree with you, and I think that's going to be sort of the tell of the season for them. They come in there and they take it to Iowa State, and they demonstrate that they've got the ability to beat that slightly higher ranked team, and then carry it through the rest of the season in the Big Ten there. Iowa's, they're a big school. They've got some talent. They've got some ability, and they're a gritty group of football players.
I think Iowa takes it. So now here we go. Let's talk about your alma mater. So Illinois State travels up to Kalamazoo to take on the Broncos, who kind of got pushed around a little bit by the big brother.
Sure. You know what? But that's always the expectation, right? If you're Michigan, right? You're going to go in there. You're going to knock around the boys from Kalamazoo and Tim Lester's crew. But I think that with the quarterback that they have,
Ellaby's very
good. He is a good quarterback. That kid is an amazing talent. I think what was the stat? He's like number 3 ranked high school quarterback. Coming into this college season, and and he's a talent, and I think he's got some good receivers. I think the Broncos are going to take that one tomorrow as well.
All right, now here's one for you. Now first, I'm going to say Robert Morris is coming to Central Michigan, so they're coming to Mount Pleasant. Do you know where Robert Morris University is?
I do not.
It's in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So
okay.
Robert Morris, which is now a D1 school, is coming to Central Michigan.
All right.
And so the Colonials, I believe is what they're called, are going to face the Chips.
Okay.
I got to think the Chips are probably going to run away with that one.
Yeah, I agree. And
Chips played very well last week against Mizzou. They fell, but they played very well against an SEC team.
They did, and it's their home field advantage at Kelly Short Stadium there. Western guy, I'm not usually rooting for the Chips, but I don't think there's any doubt that the Chips are going to be fired up and take it to the.
All right, so the team I wouldn't want to be tomorrow. is Eastern Michigan.
No.
They traveled to Madison, Wisconsin, where they got to face the Badgers, who got beat by Penn State, which was a great game, by the way. Yeah. Penn State beats Wisconsin, but now you're Eastern Michigan, and you're coming in to face the Badgers in their home stadium. I think that's just going to be ugly.
Yeah, they're going to feel it in Ypsilanti, no doubt about it.
And look out, folks, coming to East Lansing tomorrow to face the Spartans. It's the Penguins of Youngstown State coming to face Michigan State. I don't think there's much of a game there.
No, but I think the Penguins have a shot. Just kidding. I'm just teasing.
They used to be the Fighting Bo Pellinis, you know.
No, I think Sparty gets the win there.
I think it's a big confidence build-up game for MSU.
Sure.
You know, as they go into the meat and potatoes of the season in a matter of weeks. Washington, the Huskies, coming to the Big House, and I was really looking forward to this game. I'm like, wow, this is a big game to start the season.
Right.
But Washington got punched in the mouth last week and lost to Montana.
Yes.
The Grizzlies beat them.
Yes.
And, of course, Michigan beat the Broncos, and quite handily.
Yep.
But Michigan lost Ronnie Bell, the number one wide receiver. He's done for the season. So that's a tough one.
Yeah.
And so I got a score update, by the way. It's 22-14 now. Harbor Springs at the half over Johannesburg-Lewiston, so they've got a late touchdown to keep that game close. So I got to think Michigan pulls it out, but I think it's going to be close.
It will, but I think this is a good test for Michigan, and it's somewhat of a grudge. Not a grudge match against Michigan necessarily for Washington, but a recovery from the last game they had against Montana.
Well, there you go.
So it's going to be tough.
So it's halftime here. Our score: Traverse City Central 49, Gaylord 0. We'll be back with the second half of football action. You're listening to Eagle 101.5.
Hey, Northern Michigan, Chris Martinson from Snuff Camp Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram of Gaylord, here to let you know that it's Jeep Adventure Days, and we have new Jeeps and Ram trucks in stock and more arriving almost daily. Prefer to shop online? Try snuffcampgaylord.com. Our simple and user-friendly website allows you to shop from the comfort of your home, the lake. Well, you get the idea. You can browse a little or take care of the entire transaction. It's up to you. So whether you prefer to shop in person or online, Snuff Camp is your Jeep and Ram headquarters. Exit 282 off I-75 or 24 hours a day at snuffcamp.com.
You're listening to Blue Devil Football on Eagle 101.5.
Well, we're just about ready to get underway with our second half of football action as the clock winds down. Traverse City Central has a huge lead, 49-0 over the Gaylord Blue Devils. And in this first half, we've seen a clinic put on by Traverse City Central, a team that's very, very good. Now, they have a loss on the season. They lost to DeWitt to open up the season. But then again, that's a team that you probably anticipate is going to be in a state championship this year.
Yeah, I would agree with that. No, the Blue Devils have their hands full, no doubt. We're going to come back here in the second half with a running clock. So things are going to go a little quicker than they did in the first half. The Blue Devils, I'm sure, made whatever adjustments they could possibly make in the locker room at halftime. But now they have to come out, and like we talked earlier in the halftime show, they have to come out and execute as flawlessly as they possibly can.
Well, absolutely. I think at this point in time, I mean, it would be quite a miracle, if you would, to see this game turn over and Gaylord come in. I mean, you just don't expect that. So it is really about getting back to basics, fundamentals, ball control, controlling the clock, keeping that offense of Traverse City Central off the field.
Well, and one of the things you're going to see is we're going to see some heavy substitutions, I think, on the part of TC, here in the second half to get some play time for their second string players, and that'll provide some opportunity for the Blue Devils as well.
So Connor Byram comes out to kick it off as Traverse City Central will be on offense to open up this second half. So Byram comes out. He's going to kick it off for the Blue Devils.
Yeah, he's going to be going west to east here because this is one of those stadiums that are not north and south, which is traditional.
That's right. He's going to be going from the right to the left on your radio dial. If you're watching us streaming, you can certainly do that at eagle1015.com. You can also go back to that website at any time after the game and watch the game. If you want to see highlights or you just want to sit back and watch the game in its entirety, you can watch the visual aspect. We keep Dave and I off camera for obvious reasons.
Smart, very smart.
We don't even see our glare this week. Beautiful stadium here in Traverse City. We'll be back here in a couple of weeks as Traverse City West will host the Gaylord Blue Devils in a couple of weeks. So, Byram's waiting to get The signal from the officials.
Here's the whistle.
There's the whistle now, and we've got a second half of play that's underway now. Nice driving kick. It is going to get returned from the 10 across to the 20, to the 25, to the 30. He's on the 35 to the 40 before he's going to get wrapped up at about the 44-yard line. That's number 13, Alex Bacardo, on the return for Traverse City Central.
Tackled by number 9, Cameron Pierce.
So a good run back by Traverse City Central. Their offense will trot out. Let's see if they make some changes in the backfield.
I do not see number 8 in there in the backfield at quarterback. I see number 2.
So Josh Klug is in at quarterback. He'll be in shotgun formation. So already the substitutions there for Traverse City Central. They're going to run it up the middle, and they're going to get nowhere on that is Michael Boer on the carry. He'll get wrapped up by
37.
37, which is
Braden Gautreau.
Braden Gautreau. Looked like one of the Abraham brothers was in there as well.
The initial contact, we're being told by Lane Thompson, number 69, followed up by number 37, Braden Gautreau. We'll give credit where credit is due for sure.
All right, so that's going to bring up a 2nd and 11 after a loss on that play. So Klug's going to roll out to his left, going to fire it downfield, nearly connects with his receiver, but just about a half a step off. Boy, I tell you what, he put a little zip on that. He was going for Everest Noyes, who's also the kicker. We've been saying his name quite a bit in this ball game because of all the point after. But, you know, Klug put a nice little zip on that ball.
He did. And coverage there by number 6, Gabe Thompson, was really tight there. So he had to put it in the right spot. And really it was a good pass. He just kind of overshot the receiver just a little bit.
So it brings up a 3rd and 11 for Traverse City Central. Obviously, they've made some substitutions, so some of these guys are shaking the rust off. They're going to go with the jet sweep on that. Nope, Klug's going to keep it himself, go right up the middle. Picks up a few yards, but not going to be enough for a first down, so you got to think that they're going to punt it away. And by the way, if they do, it'll be the first punt of the ball game for Traverse City Central.
Right, 54 and 44, so we got Keaton Abraham in there and Pretzloff on the tackle for the Blue Devils. And again, you know, there's substitutions out there, and that's great, you know, and it's going to give, you know, the Blue Devils an opportunity to kind of perform at a little bit higher level and where they feel like they should. And it'll be a nice confidence boost coming out of this game.
So 4th and 8, Josh Klug comes out now to be the punter. He's also setting in at quarterback in this second half. He's going to get plenty of time. Kicks it straight up in the air. Not a long kick, but a high kick for sure. Going to take a TC Central bounce. They'll let it roll, and it's going to be down at about the 25-yard line, and that's where the Blue Devil offense will come out to open up their second half of play.
Now we'll see what they do defensively, if they put some subs in here on defense, or if they kind of, you know, hold things tight where they are, kind of keep the score, you know, as lopsided as it is. But I suspect they will sub on defense as well.
Well, and we'll have a running clock going on right now. The clock is already down to 8:50 to go in this third quarter, and you know, with a score 49-0 in the favor of Traverse City Central, that clock's going to keep running until the Blue Devils can get it close.
Yeah, they have to be within 30 points.
So Caleb Ungst comes out over center. He's going to hand it off to Austin Vanderveer. Vanderveer finds a hole, squirts his way up, gains about 4, maybe 5 on the carry.
A little better blocking there, you know, by the defense, or excuse me, by the offensive line against the defense of TC Central. You know, of course, they do have some different guys up front, but we were able to kind of push that hole open a little bit wider for Vanderveer to get up there and get some yards.
So they're going to give Austin 4 on the carry, so it's going to bring up a 2nd and 6. Ball spotted on the 29-yard line. Now, if they can just keep going 4 yards a pop, that's good.
That's really good, and we'll take that all day long.
Power I formation. Pretzlaff in motion. Gets lined up on the right side of the line.
Yeah.
There's going to be a flag on that one. Gautreau was a little early in his movement. Mental error going to back up the Blue Devils on that one.
Yeah, it sure will. And again, you know, it's unfortunate. And, you know, I think they kind of get distracted because they have a 5-man front on the defense over there. They kind of shift around a little bit. And, you know, maybe that movement kind of sometimes, you know, catches people off guard, or you see a little movement on, you know, the corner of your eye. But whatever the case was, that's a penalty against the Blue Devils.
So they're going to decline it. So it's going to bring up a 3rd and long So it looks like it's going to be about a 3rd and 11 now for the Blue Devils. Ball on the 24-yard line. Clock continues to run down to 7:30 to go in this third quarter.
Get a good push from the offensive line here, or maybe take Vanderveer to the outside. Or actually, it'd be a great opportunity for a nice pass.
So here we go.
Oh.
It's going to be a delay of game.
Again,
a delay of game. You've got this huge clock there. I saw Caleb cock his foot a couple of times as if perhaps expecting a man to be in motion. And he kind of paused, and then he looked up, and he'd run out of time.
Yep.
So another mental error, going to bring it down. It's 3rd and 16 now, as the ball now is inside the 20 down to the 19-yard line. So not the kind of series that you want to see if you are the offensive coordinator and the head coach for the Gaylord Blue Devils. So this time Pretzlaff is in motion, lines up on the right side of the ball. Going to hand it off to Vanderveer. He's going to find his way through the middle. A hard-fought 3 on that, but when it's 3rd and 16, 3 doesn't quite help. It's going to bring up 4th and 13, so they're going to have to punt it away.
Yeah, they will. And again, we talked about it every week, right? The mental mistakes. It's a young team. We have some younger players out there, but you have to get the ball off. And I don't see that sense of urgency in the huddle to get the play in and get on the line and get the play moving.
No, they do definitely need to move a little faster. In fact, they're going to need to move a little faster to get this punt off.
Yeah, because you're at 5 seconds right now.
5 seconds, and he's just getting people lined up. Is he even going to? He did get it off. Connor Byram gets it off. It's going to be a line drive. Takes a one hop, goes past the return man. Ball is still on the ground. He's going to recover it, and he'll get down at the 35-yard line.
It was close. He touched the ball, it bounced out of his hands, and he was down there quickly. But the Trojan was able to cover it up and retain possession of the ball to bring up the TC Central offense.
Chase Adams on the return. It had taken a bounce, and he had a hard time bringing it in.
Yeah.
So Traverse City Central comes out on their own 35-yard line with a 1st and 10. Clock continues to run down to 5:30 to go. Third quarter of the ball game. They have a lead, 49-0 over these Gaylord Blue Devils. So Klug still in at quarterback. They're going to hand it off.
Oh,
going to get wrapped up, and then he escapes. Didn't quite finish the tackle, did Lane Thompson. Stopped him up, but somehow he managed to get away.
He did, and then, of course, Riley Hush was able to jump in there and finish that off with some assistance on the backside. I think it was Ty Benzinger helping him out over there. But you're right. He just didn't wrap up and take him to the ground like he should have, and he was able to escape.
So it's going to bring up a 2nd and 12, a loss at 2 on that one.
Little player substitution confusion over there on the defense. Still making adjustments. 1, 2.
So let's see here. Backup quarterback in for Traverse City Central. Looks like Josh Burnham probably done for the night.
There we go.
Again, they're going to hand it off. That time, you're going to see Connor Abraham, and it looked like number 34, which is going to be Riley Hush in on the tackle.
Yeah, they were in the backfield right away, wrapped him up just about the time he got the handoff, and that was a great defensive play by the Blue Devils.
So it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 16. So a good defensive series for the Gaylord Blue Devils this time around. Let's see if they can wrap it up. 3rd and 16. Man in motion for Traverse City Central. Klug's going to take the snap.
Ball.
Fumbles the snap. Ball's on the ground. It's a scrum. Let's see who's going to come up with it.
Riley Hush was right in the middle there.
Traverse City Central maintains possession there.
Yep.
A heads-up play by number 65 for the Trojans. Sam Saunders comes up with the ball, but it's going to be a 4th and forever for Traverse City Central. So Noyes is going to come in, and he's going to punt it away with 3:32 to go in this third quarter. So a good defensive series for Gaylord.
A lot of energy on the defensive side this series. They're fired up a little bit to make some plays.
So a low snap. He gets the punt off because there's no rush on him. It's going to take a Blue Devil bounce. It's going to roll out of bounds at about the 49-yard line, and that's where the Blue Devils are going to get it, and it's going to be their best field position of the entire ball game.
Yes. Yeah, and so, again, we're going to start up this next series here offensively. The defense did their job. Now it's time for the offense to do their job, and hold on to the ball, control the ball like they did last week against Saginaw, and move it down the field.
Absolutely. And by the way, I'd like to thank our sponsors, Johnson Propane. While the game heats up, Johnson Propane is heating your home. And Feeney Ford, your certified Ford headquarters for Northern Michigan, is at Feeney Ford in Grayling. So 1st and 10, ball on the 49-yard line. Best field position for the Gaylord Blue Devils as they trot back out on offense. Single back set. Now Vanderveer is going to be in motion. He lines up, gets set. He's going to get the ball. Finds a little bit of a hole. Maybe picks up 2 yards on the carry.
Good second effort. He was driving the ball forward. Good block by 63, which is Connor Byram. And a good move forward by Vanderveer.
Yeah, I'm not so sure I like this motion thing getting in because it's not a power eye. It's, Vanderveer's on his side when he gets into that position, and so he doesn't really have a lot of downhill momentum. There's not a lot of force as he goes in, so he has to hesitate, look to see where there might be a hole,
right,
and then try to squeeze through it. But there's not a lot of forward momentum. So it's a 2nd and 9, a 1-yard gain for Austin Vanderveer. Now we got a jet sweep to Gavin Freeman. Freeman's going to get wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage. I don't see any flags. It looked like there might have been a face mask on the way down, but the officials didn't catch it.
Right.
So no gain for Freeman on that one. In fact, maybe even a loss of a yard or 2. Going to bring up a 3rd and 11, so he loses 2 on that one.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what the plan there was. As he came across with that jet sweep, there were 2 defenders there that just didn't have anybody in front of him. There was no blockers there at all. So as soon as he hit that corner, he was wrapped up. None of the guys in the backfield really came forward to make any blocks there. So I'm not sure if that play design worked out as it was drawn up.
Well, and you're not gonna gain anything with a horizontal ground game.
No,
you need to be vertical.
There we go.
Vanderveer bounces out, picks up a few more yards. Cuts that gap down by about 4, but it's still going to bring up a 4th and long for the Blue Devils. But they are in Traverse City Central territory. Maybe they go for it here, even though it's 4th and 7.
Well, this could be the opportunity to kind of test the defensive secondary there, see what their defensive backs are looking like here with this new squad on the field. So I think we take a shot downfield with the pass.
Well, it'll be interesting.
They got to hurry, though. 10 seconds on the play clock.
They look a little hesitant coming up to the line. Down to 4 seconds on the play clock. They do get it off. Ungst looking downfield. Going to keep it himself, tucks it in, and then he's going to get wrapped up. Still on his feet. Manages to pick up about 5, but he needed 7.
Yeah, and smart move. His receivers were covered up. There wasn't a lot of opportunity, downfield for the pass. But he has to, again, be extremely decisive about that and commit to it and go.
And that's going to wrap up our 3rd quarter. As our score here, Traverse City Central 49, Gaylord nothing. We've got a 4th quarter of football coming ahead as Traverse City Central will take over on downs. You're listening to Eagle 101.5. We'd like to thank some of our sponsors here. Like 7-Eleven, there's always a fresh cup of coffee and a warm welcome waiting you at your Gaylord area 7-Eleven on North Center Street in Gaylord. Also, Caribbean Tan. You can stop by Caribbean Tan on Fairview Road in Gaylord. Check out the new red light therapy bed, or you can warm up in one of their turbo tanning beds as well. Caribbean Tan. Also, Mama Leone's, Northern Michigan's home for authentic Italian cuisine. Mama Leone's on South Otsego in Gaylord. And I know that always makes you hungry, Dave.
Yes, it does. I do love Mama Leone's. They do a great job over there.
And, of course, the Javetsky Agency, Mimic Insurance, insuring your educational community's auto, home, and umbrella needs. Give Neil a call for a quote at 989-731-5060. That's the Javetsky Agency in the Alpine Plaza in Gaylord. So here we go. Traverse City Central comes out. Actually, let's see what we do here. So they're going to go right up the middle, and that's going to be a huge gain for number 16 for the Trojans, Michael Boer.
Gus James on the tackle there, number 16 for Gaylord. He made the initial contact, brought him to the ground there, but not before he was able to achieve that first down.
So it's going to move the chains, and it'll be a 1st and 10 for Traverse City Central. Looks like the guy on the clock has forgot to keep track of downs. So it's 1st and 10. Clock continues to run at 11:30 to go in the ball game. Plug's going to fire down. It gets tipped. It's going to get picked off, and there you go. Great defensive play. Austin Vanderveer has a pick. Still on his feet. Still going. Crosses the 35. Finally gets drugged down at about the 32. Let's see where they spot it, but a good heads-up defensive play.
Number
Austin
69,
Vanderveer.
Number 69 got the tip on that, and then that's Lane Thompson.
Lane Thompson swats it up in the air. Austin Vanderveer comes down with it, and a good interception return for Austin Vanderveer. And they're going to spot the ball at about the 33-yard line. Blue Devils now in Traverse City Central territory. Can they capitalize on this?
Well, I sure hope so, because the guys seem to be, fighting a losing battle. But they've got spirit right now. They're doing a nice job. They're hammering away here. I know they have some subs on the other side, but this is a great opportunity for the Blue Devils to put something on the board.
So here we go. Through 3 quarters, the Blue Devils offense has got 40 yards of total offense to Traverse City Central's 324 yards of total offense. Unk's going to hand it out to Vanderveer. He's got an open hole there, still on his feet, moving his way across to about the 24. That looks like it's good enough to move the chains.
Yeah, it sure is close. If it's not a first down, it's within half a yard. But a nice job by the line up front opening that up. Great heads-up play by Vanderveer, staying right behind his lead blocker, which was 37, Gotro, and getting those yards. And they're going to call it a 2nd and 1.
So it's going to be a 2nd and 1, ball spotted on the 23-yard line. In comes Gus James, bringing in the play to Caleb Ungst. A good opportunity to build some confidence here for the Gaylord Blue Devils. Just to break on the scoreboard would be a small victory.
Absolutely.
Gotro going to get it. He's going to get the first down, still on his feet. Hold on to that ball, and he does.
Yeah, he certainly had enough for the first down, and then that's when you start to worry, right? Protect the ball. You've got the first down, just hold on to the ball, and then let's just keep moving downfield.
So here we go. It's a new set of downs, 1st and 10 for the Gaylord Blue Devils. As they look to try to get into the end zone for the first time of this ball game, they trail by a score of 49-0 to the Traverse City Central Trojans here at Thurlby Field in downtown Traverse City. Dave Boswood and Brian Hollenbaugh on the call. Thanks for being with us on this Friday night. Beautiful night for football in northern Michigan. Unk's going to take it. He's going to hand it off to Vanderveer. He squirts to the middle. Still on his feet, driving. Finally going to get wrapped up at about the 15-yard line. He's going to pick up about maybe 6 yards on the carry.
Again, we had some nice blocking up front, and I give credit to our lineman there, number 77, which is Connor Colano. He did a nice job making his block up front and then continuing downfield with the runner.
All right, so we've got a 2nd and 5. And let's see what the Blue Devils do here. Ball on the 16-yard line. All right, I think there we go. Now you can move the camera over to the corner of the end zone. We're good there. 2nd and 5. Clock continues to run down to 7:57 to go in the ball game. Unk's going to keep it himself, trying to squeeze for some yardage. That quarterback keeper didn't quite work the way they wanted. If it was, maybe a yard to go, that would have worked. But you only pick up a yard, and now you're at 3rd and about 3 to go.
Yeah, I think that's a great place for either that jet sweep or getting it into Vanderveer's hands and put him out towards the edge instead of, going up the middle with Caleb Ongst. But you're right. If it was that, 4th and 1, 3rd and 2, something like that, maybe you get an opportunity.
Well, this is going to be 4-down territory at this point in time. So you got 2 downs to get the first down.
Ooh.
That time, that's not good, though. Penetration in the backfield as Chase Adams wraps up Vanderveer for a loss. So now that's going to make it 4th and about 6.
Okay, so here we are. It's 4-down territory. It's 4th and 6. We've got to go for it. This is our opportunity to get on the board. There was some breakdown on the line, and allowed that linebacker to come back into the backfield and make that tackle. So Blue Devils, I think you're going to have to pass the ball. I think you send it down there to your best receiver, which at this point I'm not really sure who that is because we haven't seen a lot of passing.
Well, we've seen a close connection between the brothers, between Caleb and Jonathan Ungst.
Yeah.
We'll see.
But I think you put it in the hands of Brady Pretzloff on this one from that tight end spot.
Well, let him use his height there. Jonathan
there he goes. First
right
down.
to the middle. Vanderveer wants the end zone, and he's going to drive his way into the end zone for a Gaylord touchdown there. So they went right up the middle with Austin Vanderveer, and he makes his way into the end zone for the first Blue Devil score of the game. And you know what? They needed that in the worst possible way just to prove that they can put this together.
Yeah, and they did a nice job. And that was a good concerted team effort up front with the blocking, then with the lead blocks coming through there. But mostly it was on the shoulders of Vanderveer to drive through to the end zone because he got the first down, but he wanted that end zone.
So here we go with Connor Byram in to attempt his point after. It goes up, and it's good. And the Blue Devils are on the scoreboard with 6:25 to go in this ball game. They trail by a score of 49-7 to the Traverse City Central Trojans. It is Blue Devil football on Eagle 101.5.
Feeney Ford is Northern Michigan's headquarters for certified Ford cars and trucks. Hi, I'm Sean Abraham and can assure you every Ford certified vehicle passes a 172-point inspection. Includes a Carfax report, a 12-month, 12,000-mile comprehensive warranty with 24-hour roadside assistance. Plus, we add our Feeney touch by delivering your certified vehicle with a full tank of gas, fresh oil change, new wiper blades, and 2 sets of keys to ensure your experience is first rate. Experience it for yourself and make your next vehicle purchase at Feeney Ford in Grayling.
You're listening to Blue Devil Football on Eagle 101.5.
6:25 to go in the ball game. Blue Devils finally on the scoreboard after a great run by Austin Vanderveer. Our score here, Traverse City Central 49, Gaylord Blue Devils 7. Dave Boswood, Brian Hollenbaugh on the call. Thanks for tuning in this evening. It's been a tough night for the Gaylord Blue Devils, but finally a small victory that they can draw upon. They can say, okay, we scored on Traverse City Central. We put together a drive. We made it happen. We had a turnover that we were able to capitalize on. So Connor Byram comes out now to kick off. Nice kickoff, driving kick. It is going to get returned from the 13. Let's see where they bring it into. Going to get him wrapped up, still on his feet. Finally, they bring him down at about the 34-yard line.
Gabe Thompson, number 6, comes back and makes the tackle there as he broke a couple tackles up front on the return there.
Alex Picardo on the return for Traverse City Central. So clock continues to run, just down to the 6-minute mark now. Time for the Blue Devil defense to do something good again. They had the turnover. They got that interception. Vanderveer made a great interception after the tip by Thompson. And then, of course, Vanderveer drives it in for the touchdown. The only score of the ball game for Gaylord.
Pretzloff showing blitz coming in.
Getting a little excited on the defensive line.
There they are, pressure.
Quarterback still on his feet. Going to run around the edge does Joseph Meyer, in at quarterback now for Traverse City Central.
So, yeah, again, the win is going to go to TC, but, the motivation for Gaylord to have success further in this season, I think is going to be developed from this game. I think there's a lot of character building going on here, and the guys are showing, I think, some strong character, and I really like where their heads are at. They're not slouching, their heads aren't down, and they're still performing.
3-yard carry on that by Meyer. Meyer's going to hand it off now. They're going to try for that jet sweep. He's going to make it around the corner, still on his feet. He's got enough for a first down. Does Alex Picardo on the carry. So just like that, Traverse City Central moves the chains.
Christian Harper, number 4, did a nice job, maintaining that outside, forcing the runner to go back up. That cut back up the middle gave Connor Abraham, time to get down there and make that tackle.
4:40 to go in this ball game. Blue Devils trail by a score of 49-7 to the host Traverse City Central Trojans. Blue Devils will get to be at home next week as they'll host Petoskey. So that time, they're going to hand it off up the middle, number 44, Damon Livingston with a carry. Going to get wrapped up by a couple of Blue Devils there. Connor Abraham on the tackle.
Yep, good initial contact there to slow him down a little bit and let those defensive backs come up and finish off that tackle.
So Petoskey comes in, I believe. They went into tonight 2-0 on the season. We'll see what they come out of tonight. We haven't had a score update on Traverse City West Cadillac, but Cadillac was trailing in that one to TC West. That time Livingston going right up the middle, going to bowl his way in for a first down and keep the drive alive for Traverse City Central as the clock ticks down to 3:37 to go in this ball game.
Again, coming out the bottom of that pile there is 55, Connor Abraham. Getting up a little bit slow there, so I think he's going to,
and Livingston's down on the ground,
yes,
so they're going to attend to him. We'll mention a few more of our sponsors here, Dave. To include Smith Camp, Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. You can enjoy stress-free car shopping, auto financing, and service at Smith Camp, Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram in Gaylord. Also, Hickerson Floor and Tile House. Let them assist you in planning your home interior project. Hickerson Floor and Tile House on M32, just west of Gaylord. And Jets Pizza, Detroit-style pizza. It's better because it has to be at Jets Pizza in Gaylord.
So number 44 there, the injured player for TC Central. He decides he's not injured as he thought. He hops up and he's walking off under his own power, so good for him. He just looked like he got, took a little shot there, and he's, obviously ready to go back in whenever
Well, Livingston
he gets cleared.
picked up a first down on that carry as well.
So it's carry.
1st and 10, ball spotted on the 38-yard line. Traverse City Central in Gaylord Blue Devil territory. So this time, they've got a Wildcat formation there with a different quarterback in, and he's going to hand it off on a jet sweep. No, he's going to keep it himself, go right up the middle, and it looks like he's going to have enough to pick up a first down. So TC Central satisfied to keep it on the ground, chew up the clock, but move the ball at the same time. So it's going to bring up a second down, shy by 2 yards. Clock now under 3 minutes to go. It's a running clock in the second half due to our score being 49-7. So ball spotted on the 30-yard line. They need to get to the 28. Myers in at quarterback. He's going to hand it off now on another jet sweep. Man's going to get around. He's got a blocker. He's still on his feet. Finally going to get wrapped up. Number 63 for the Blue Devils on the tackle. Connor Byram gets the tackle from behind, but not until after the chains move for the Trojans. And now they're in a goal-to-goal situation. Ball on the 7-yard line.
Pretty good pursuit, though, by the Blue Devils there to get all those white jerseys over there in that corner to kind of prevent them from getting into the end zone.
Well, Alex Picardo wanted the end zone as best as he could, but Blue Devil pursuit brought him down, so now it's 1st and goal from the 7. Myers going to hand it off to number 16. He's going to go right up the middle, and he's going to get wrapped up, does Michael Boer.
Yeah, Pretzlaff, 44, had the initial contact there, but he kind of scooted past him, but finally taken down by number 34, which is Riley Hush.
So we're down to 1:49 to go. 2nd and goal to go. So we'll see what happens here. Traverse City Central content to chew up the clock.
Yep.
Shotgun formation. Myers takes the snap, going to hand it off.
Keeper.
No, he's going to keep it himself, and he's going to trot into the end zone. He's going to get his first score of the night, does Joseph Meyer, as he trots in from 7 yards out, and another Traverse City Central score with 1:24 to go in the ball game.
Yeah, they do a nice job in that jet sweep where he kind of lets them go by, and then when he sees those linebackers shift over and chase that jet sweep running back, and he pulls it back out and keeps it himself. He's done that twice now, and he does it really well. So unfortunately, that puts up another score for TC and not able to hold by the Blue Devils.
So Everest Noyes comes in, looking at a perfect night on point after so far. See if he can keep his streak alive. It goes up. It goes good.
That was number 7, Max Shane.
They brought in Max Shane to come in and do it. He's the backup kicker, and he gets his first point after of the night. And our score now, Traverse City Central 56, Gaylord 7. We'll keep it here and tell you more about some of our sponsors, like Johnson Propane. While the game heats up, Johnson Propane is heating your home. Also, Central Insurance Services, making insurance less complicated. You can get a quote on auto, RV, motorcycle, boat, home, or health at Central Insurance Services in Gaylord. 1:24 to go in this ball game, Dave. And, if you're the Gaylord Blue Devils, you come back, you watch film, you learn from your mistakes, and then you pay attention to Petoskey, and that's all you focus on is Petoskey.
Yeah, and you're right. Learn what you can from this, understanding that you're playing a really good team here, probably the team that's going to be ranked really highly throughout the Big North Conference here, and take the little wins and what you can find out and clean things up for the Petoskey matchup, which is going to be a big matchup for. It's always a big grudge match between the Blue Devils and the North.
Well, absolutely, and that'll be at home next week at Gaylord Community Field. So here we go.
Max Shane to kick.
So Shane now doing the kicking duties for TC Central, getting the workout in. Blue Devils will get one more opportunity to try to put together a scoring drive. That ball is going to roll to the 1 yard line, and Freeman's going to pick it up. He's going to return it. Works his way up to about maybe the 13-yard line, and that's where the Blue Devils are going to come out on offense.
Yeah, heads-up play there by Freeman, though, because it looked like that thing was going to skid right into the end zone.
And then it died on the 1.
But it died on the 1, so instead of just leaving it there and covering up and getting the ball on the 1, he did pick it up and got a decent return, or as much as he could get out of that, and that's really what he did. So smart play by Gavin Freeman.
So clock under a minute to go. Blue Devils kind of trotting out. They're not too much of a rush to do much else. I think what you're looking at on the scoreboard right now, 56-7, is probably what it's going to finish up.
Yep. Take a shot downfield, get one of your receivers an opportunity to catch the ball and see if he can put something together there. But
we'll see what happens here. Ungst is going to keep it on the ground. Yep. He's going to hand it off to, looks like maybe Pierce in there for the Blue Devils with both hands on the ball.
Yeah.
Cameron Pierce on the carry.
Yes. Yep, number 9.
So I think this might actually be the last play of the ball game. We might not even get another one off here as the clock goes down under 20 seconds. And so it's going to wrap up here at Traverse City with the Trojans of Traverse City Central defeating the Gaylord Blue Devils by a score of 56-7.
Yep.
Next week, Gaylord Blue Devils will be back at home where they host the Petoskey Northmen. We'll be right back with some final thoughts. You're listening to Blue Devil Football here on Eagle 101.5.
Feeney Ford is Northern Michigan's headquarters for certified Ford cars and trucks. Hi, I'm Sean Abraham and can assure you every Ford certified vehicle passes a 172-point inspection, includes a Carfax report, a 12-month, 12,000-mile comprehensive warranty with 24-hour roadside assistance. Plus, we add our Feeney touch by delivering your certified vehicle with a full tank of gas, fresh oil change, new wiper blades, and 2 sets of keys to ensure your experience is first rate. Experience it for yourself and make your next vehicle purchase at Feeney Ford in Grayling.
You're listening to Blue Devil Football on Eagle 101.5.
Well, our final here in Traverse City, it's 56-7. Traverse City Central over the Gaylord Blue Devils. And Dave, our player of the game, what do you think?
Well, it would be easy to give it to Austin Vanderveer or Caleb Onks there, because they do do a lot of work on the offense and defense. But really, I think one of the big plays of the game tonight was when Burnham was running the ball up the middle, and we had a solid heads-up play by sophomore Brady Pretzoff, number 44.
Stripped the ball away,
He stripped the ball, held on to it, got the turnover, and kind of changed the momentum a little bit, and put the Blue Devils back on the field with the offense out there. So, I'm saying we give it to Brady Pretzoff tonight. And congratulations to Brady on a nice play there.
Absolutely. And by the way, some statistics here. Offensively, the Gaylord Blue Devils just 79 yards of offense to Traverse City Central, 389 yards of offense, but well over 300 yards of that was in the first half alone.
Yes.
Where that starting squad for Traverse City Central was just dominant on the offensive side of the ball. And, of course, the Blue Devils were probably their worst enemy on the offensive side of the ball for them.
I would agree.
They continued to make mistakes.
Yep.
But, again, things to work on, so they'll do that. Next week it's Petoskey. You and I will be there for that ball game, and, of course, it'll be streaming live at eagle1015.com.
Absolutely.
And, of course, we've got one final score update for you. In the third quarter, Harbor Springs currently leads Johannesburg Lewiston by a score of 30-14. They're deep into the third quarter of that one, still a whole quarter to play. Meanwhile, it's not even 9 o'clock at night. We're done, Dave.
Right. Well, you know what that means on the way home? We get to listen to that game.
Yes, we do. So, folks, have a great evening. Thanks so much for tuning in. You've been listening to Gaylord Blue Devil Football here on